second half. Augsburg with the decision in the first half, and they will take the football. So the Augies will get the ball first and look for them to put the ball on the ground.
Look for the ball to get into the hands of Marty Alger. I look for Augsburg to run mostly on this first drive, maybe some short passes. Don't look for anything deep on this first opening possession.
Let's take a look at the Augsburg offense, as that's the way they will start up. They will start Darren Lamker at quarterback, a 6'2 sophomore. The backfield, Aaron Dobinson and Marty Alger. This is his first start in 2 years. He was injured all of last year. Chris Stanton will be one wide receiver, and Joe Horan, the other wide receiver. Horan will shuttle in the plays along with Chad Jackson. The tight end is Ted Schultz. Line for Augsburg, Joe Winter, Dusty Froyam, Nick Rudel, the only senior on the line at center, Andy McDonald, and Craig Perutka.
You're looking at the offenses, three key players. Outside of the offensive line, you got to look at Dusty Froyam. He's a huge kid, but just skill players. You got to, of course, you have the MIC Player of the Week and Lamker. They're a good quarterback. He makes good decisions. But Marty Alger, he's coming back. He didn't play last year. 2 years ago, at 1,000 yards. Ted Schultz, freshman of the year, is a big tight end. He's got good hands. And Chris Stanton had 87 yards last week. He's a very good wide receiver.
Augsburg will move from left to right in the first half, or in the first quarter, excuse me, and the wind blowing east to west to east, favoring Concordia in the first quarter. Back deep to receive, Chad Jackson, 18, and Scott Vistendahl also back to receive this kickoff, which is a low line drive kick, received by one of the up men, Tim Hamer, 25-30, and out on the right sideline at the 32-yard line. Not a great kickoff, but and decent field position for Augsburg.
It's not bad field position at all. I mean, they're starting the 30-yard line. It could be a lot worse. They only got 70 yards to go before they hit pay dirt.
The Concordia defense, a very experienced group. Jason Karen, Jared Shuck are the defensive tackles. Nate Prosser, Brian Bull on the ends. Linebackers Chad Johnson, Brent Weisgram, and Ryan Sains. Cornerbacks Timothy Adland and Brian Barnick. And Stuart Lang and Shad Young are the safeties. First and 10, Augsburg, their own 31-yard line. They start with Alger in a single set and Dobinson as a wingback. From the right hash, it is Alger off left tackle. He's at the 35 and grinds his way across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Nice first down play. That's what you want to see out of Augsburg. Get the ball into number 33's hands and let him run.
11-yard pickup for Alger and a first down, and that's, I think, exactly what Coach Jack Osberg wants to see a lot of today.
Oh, definitely, most definitely. Look for him to do it again.
So the Augies pick up 11 on their first offensive play of the game, and they'll bring it to the line, first and 10 at their own 42. This time they'll break the eye. Alger, the up man. Dobinson, the deep back. One receiver left, one receiver right. Lampker to Dobinson, the deep back over right tackle across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Chad Johnson with the tackle. That picks up about 4 yards, and it'll be second and 6.
Again, this is exactly what Augsburg had designed coming into this game. Run the ball. It opens up the short passes. They're going to have to play up now. The Coppers on the run. They're just going to wear them down between the tackles.
This time, Joe Horan, the receiver, out right. Chris Stanton out left. The tight end, Ted Schultz, is split off into the slot position. Split backs behind Lamker on a 2nd and 6 play from the Augsburg 46-yard line. This time, Dobinson over left tackle and read very, very well by Concordia. Number 38, Brian Bowl. Also, Chad Young, the strong safety. Good run support. It'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, that was a good play by the Copper defense. They read that very well. They got to the ball quickly. That's the type of defense that you want to play versus the run. You want to swarm to the ball. Go to the ball. Don't let the ball come to you, and that's exactly what they did.
So we'll probably see Darren Lamker's first pass of the day here on 3rd and 10. He'll split two receivers right, Stanton and Schultz. To the short side of the field will be Chad Jackson.
Look for him to get it to one of those two also.
Lamker on a straight drop. Looks over the middle, and it is incomplete. He was trying to hit his tight end, said Schultz. Coverage on the play there by Timothy Adlin. It'll be 4th down, and the Augies will have to punt.
Boy, did he take a hit on that play. The offensive line played real well the first two plays. They got a really good push on the Copper defense the last 2 plays. They did not give the make the holes to the running back or give Lamker the protection that he needed.
So 4th down, Scott Vistendahl will punt. The return man for the Cobbers is their free safety, Stuart Lang. Vistendahl gets away. A terrible kick. Off the side of his foot, it'll bounce out of bounds at the Concordia 42-yard line. That's only about a 17-yard kick, and Concordia, as a result, has pretty good field position.
Incredible field position, and punting was a problem Augsburg had last week. They only averaged, 30 yards a punt last week. 17 yards is not a good punt in any league. Let's see what the Cobbers do here, starting out with the ball. Look for them to run also.
Their quarterback, a senior, Kyle Oderman. He has Eli Schuff and Mike Halverson in the backfield in a split eye. Very tight formation from Concordia on 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Flags are thrown. I think the right side of the Concordia line moved, and it will be 1st and 15.
Yeah, that's a way to make up for a bad punt, is, I guess, a mistake by the offense.
It is a false start penalty against Concordia, so it will move the ball back to the 37 and a 1st and 15.
Yeah, now look for Augsburg to tee up on defense. This is what they like to do. They like to get pressure on the quarterback. Now this is a chance for big tackle Bob Anderson, who was second-team All-MIC last year, to get some good pressure on Lamker right now. Or not, I'm sorry, Oderman.
Anderson, one of the two ends, along with Eric Betterman. Paul Moore and Guillaume pack the tackles. Back to passes Oderman. Short pass over the middle is complete to the fullback, Mike Halverson. Tackle made on the play by Jesse Moyer. Short pickup. They get back almost what they lost on the penalty. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Now, the Cobbers, traditionally, they're not a passing team. They like to pass somewhat in the 20s. They generally will not go over 20 to 23 passes a game. They come out passing today. This could be a different ball game if Oderman can get hot and hit his wide receivers. Put a lot of pressure on the Augsburg defense.
We've played almost 3 minutes here at Anderson Nelson Field in Minneapolis. Bruce Wolf, Bryce Merriman with you. No score between Augsburg and Concordia in the MIAC opener for both teams. 2nd and 11. Ball handed to the tailback, Eli Schuff. And he does not get very far on the play as Jesse Moyer and also Paul Moore in on the tackle. 3rd and long for Concordia.
Well, Jesse Moyer had a strong game last week. He had 3 tackles, 3 assisted tackles, and he had 1 interception. Jesse Moyer is a fine football player.
3rd and 10 for Concordia at the 42-yard line. They will split 2 receivers to the left side of the field. The tight end is in tight on the right-hand side. That is Nathan Mercer. And back to pass on 3rd and 10 is Oderman, and Bob Anderson hits the quarterback. Intercepted by Jesse Moyer, 50. He brings it back 40, 35. He's still on his feet, 30. 40, Augsburg. And back to the 23-yard line. He is brought down by the center, Chad Schwartz. A 27-yard interception return by Jesse Moyer, and the Aggies have great field position.
That is Augsburg football. Pressure by Bob Anderson, number 99. He hit. He absolutely hit Oderman. Oderman threw a bad pass right into the hands of Jesse Moyer.
We have an injured Augsburg player on the side, and in fact, it's Jesse Moyer, who attempted to get off the field and then stumbled down. We'll take a 60-second break. With 11:18 to go in the first quarter. Augsburg nothing, Concordia nothing.
Intercristo got the job done. Intercristo can show you where you can use your skills to build God's kingdom. Discover positions where you can make things happen in a Christian organization. Call Intercristo today, 1-800-426-1342. You'll find exciting work opportunities you never dreamed existed. Call 1-800-426-1342.
Back at Anderson Nelson Field in Minneapolis on a 1st down play for Augsburg after the interception. Marty Alger, a 3-yard gain over left tackle. It will be 2nd down and 7. They'll have the broken eye with Alger up, Dobinson back, split Chris Stanton wide right, Chad Jackson wide left. And Lamker going to pitch the ball wide side to Alger. Alger gets to the outside inside the 20 and brought out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Brought out there by Nate Prosser. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Tough running by Marty Alger. He was able to hit the corner and get those extra 2 yards. Just for those listeners out there, Jesse Moyer was able to get up off the field and walk off. Look for him to come back out in the next defensive possession.
They give Alger a favorable spot. Last week up at Mayville, the officials tended to favor Mayville, and I don't think Augsburg got a favorable spot all week. They get one here. They give Alger 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down and 3. On the right hash, they'll split the backs behind Lamker and 3 wide receivers, Horan, Schultz, and Chris Stanton. Back to pass is Lamker. Pressure and basically throws the ball away. Great pressure there by number 49, Shad Young, on the safety blitz. Lamker had no time, and here comes the field goal unit for the Augies.
Scott Needham here did not have a field goal last week. Waiting for him to get his first field goal of the year. Concordia's defense again looks a lot like Augsburg's defense. Get some pressure on the quarterback, make him make a bad play. Like I said before, this is two evenly matched teams. Look for a low-scoring game.
Which makes every field goal attempt important, including this one from Needham. Chris Stanton will spot the ball at the 23-yard line. It is a 33-yard field goal attempt coming up here from Needham, the left-footed kicker, against the wind.
It is very windy today, that's a fact.
Spot down, kick is up, and no good. Wide to the right.
Wide right, oh boy.
So Concordia holds, they will take over, and we have no score, 10:25 to play in the first quarter. So Augsburg gets the defensive turn.
He is back out on the field. He is a big player for the team. That's 2 interceptions he has this year.
First and 10 for Concordia at their own 20-yard line. Oderman gives the ball off to his tailback, Shuff around the end, and he is taken down for a 2-yard loss. Good support from the secondary from cornerback Eric Hay. It'll be second down and 12.
Eric Hay and Bob Anderson is there as well. Bob Anderson's playing a very good game. He's got pressure on the quarterback on that last possession, and he gets to the running back here.
So a second down and 12 play upcoming for Concordia. We've played 5 minutes in the first quarter. There is no score. In an expected defensive struggle between these two teams. Oderman on a roll right, being chased. He'll throw, and it is incomplete, intercepted. We're going to say he's going to come up with the ball. It's Bill Kriesel, and Kriesel is down. Kriesel ties teammate Jeremy DeLagey for the career Augsburg interception lead. That is his first of the year and 14th of his career. Kriesel holds on to the ball but is down.
Kriesel did not play much last year. He was hurt. He had a hurt knee, and he is down now. Now, this week, DeLagey is not playing this week. DeLagey is not playing today, and hopefully this will be a big loss if Kriesel can't come back, but it looks like he's up. He is jogging off the field. That is a good thing for Augsburg football.
Kriesel did not make an interception last year, although he is tied for the interception lead in school history. His first of this year, and for the second consecutive possession, the Concordia possession ends in an interception. So it'll be first and 10 for Augsburg, left hash at the 30-yard line of Concordia.
Look for him to try and get behind the guard, Dusty, for him. He is a big kid. He weighs 280 pounds. So Marty Alger is about 240.
Alger, the lone setback behind Lamker on the first down play. This time it is Alger over right tackle, 25, and he's dragged down at the 21-yard line. If it wasn't for a tackle by Craig Gilbert, the linebacker, he might have been in the end zone.
6 points. Marty Alger is having a pretty good game right now. They're doing exactly what they planned on doing, get the ball into his hands. He does not fumble much. If they can keep and play this ball control offense, make Lamker not have to make the big play, and just keep the ball into the hands of the running backs, it's going to fare well for Augsburg, especially down inside the Concordia 30.
4 carries, 27 yards unofficially for Alger so far, and Lamker's confused at the line, so he'll take a timeout. With 8:50 better with Kriesel's interception. It is second down and 2. Give Alger 8 on the last carry. Split backs this time behind Lamker. Lamker, 3-step drop, quick throw, incomplete. Chad Jackson not even looking for that ball. Concordia players in the area included cornerback Tim Adland.
Lamker has not looked terrific today, to say the least. Lamker, MIC Player of the Week last week, has yet to complete a pass. Last week he completed 19 with 34 attempts. Again, this is why we want to keep the ball into Marty Alger's hands. Lamker might be a good quarterback, but he is very inexperienced.
Third down and 2. Lamker 0 for 3 so far. I formation. Alger, the up back, Dobinson, the deep back for the Augies on this possession play. And it's Alger getting the ball over left guard and a first down across the 20-yard line.
That makes the life of a kicker and an offensive coordinator a lot easier when you have someone like Marty Alger. Scott Needham doesn't have to worry about hitting that kick into the wind, and we don't have to worry about going for an end zone pass on third down.
So the Aggies get the first down. They were very successful on third down conversions last week. 10 of 18. They convert this third down here, and they have the ball just inside the 20-yard line, right in the middle of the field. Augsburg moving against the wind, left to right in the first quarter. Split backs behind Lampker on this first down play. They'll pitch to Dobinson wide. He cuts it back inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. Tackle made there by linebacker Chris Ohm.
Yeah, Chris Ohm had a nice tackle. It was a nice run. He made the first person miss. That's always a good sign out of a running back. He has a little niftiness, whereas Alger is mostly power. We got a good blend here on offense between the speed and brute power of Marty Alger.
So it'll be second down and 7. Ball remains at the 17-yard line. Lampker will have Alger as a lone setback. Split Stanton right and Horan left. Alger gets the ball over left tackle. This one's well read by Concordia. 4 different cobbers in on the tackle. It'll be third down and 6.
Good sign of a good running back is when they're hit, if they can fall forward, and that is exactly what Marty Alger does. Every time he is hit for a tackle, he does not fall backwards. He gets his pads into the guy and drives him back. Marty Alger maybe picked up another foot or 2 on that drive just by launching his pads into the tackler.
Third and 6 possession play once again for the Aggies. They will split Stanton right and Jackson left. Back split behind Lampker, and he'll throw. He's got time and throws a short one over the middle. Complete, incomplete, and a late flag thrown by the deep official. It looks to be a pass interference call against Concordia. And it did look like he got a hand in there.
Yeah, it did. And you know what's different about this time Lampker went back to pass? He had protection. The last couple times Lampker went back to pass, he did not have a lot of protection, and there was a good rush by the Concordia defense. This time the Augsburg line held their ground. Last week, I believe they only gave up 1 sack. They played very well last week. As this game goes on, they're going to need to give Lampker more protection than they have thus far.
Not the longest penalty in the world, all of 2 yards, but it does carry an automatic first down with it. So the Aggies will have a 1st and 10 at the Concordia 14-yard line. 6:55 to go, first quarter. No score. Both teams won their non-conference games last week. Augsburg defeating Mayville State 34-24 in North Dakota, with Concordia defeating Moorhead State at Moorhead 10-7. This is one of 5 MIAC openers today. St. John's is at Bethel, Carleton at St. Thomas, McAllister at Gustavus, and St. Olaf at Hamlin. And once again, Augsburg with troubles at the line and will have to use their second time out of the first half. With 6:51 in the first quarter, no score, we will take a 60-second timeout. You are listening to Minneapolis. Augsburg will have the football 1st and 10 just inside the Concordia 15-yard line. Second time Augsburg had to use a timeout because they've been confused at the line. That leaves them with only 1 for the remainder of the first half.
That's not a good thing. Let's hope they can get it in. This hasn't been the prettiest drive, but it's working.
1st and 10 for the Aggies just inside the Concordia 15-yard line. Alger the deep back in this set, and he'll get faked to. Lampker still got it. Little floater pass incomplete. Lampker just trying to get it away. Good pressure there by number 80, Ryan Sainies, and it'll be second down and 10.
The offensive line has got to get more protection. Lampker, there's 2 lemon jerseys on him every time he drops back to pass. I don't think there's been one time he's dropped back to pass where he's actually been able to get his feet set and find someone.
Augsburg still looking for their first completion of the day. Lampker now 0 of 4. 2nd and 10 for the Aggies inside the Concordia 15-yard line. Dobinson the deep back, Alger the up back, Stanton right, and Jackson left. This is a pitch play to Alger. He's flipped by 1 tackler inside the 20, and he's brought down at the 17-yard line, which is actually a loss of yardage on the play. Stuart Lang, the free safety, and Craig Gilbert, one of the linebackers, bring him down there. It'll be 3rd and long.
He should have lost a lot more on that play. A good effort by Marty Alger to make up another 2 yards on that. Still, it is a loss. Concordia is doing a good job reading the Augsburg offense. They are there every time we want to run. And if we can't complete a ball, it's going to be awfully hard to win this game, especially as windy as it is. It's going to be hard to kick field goals.
Third down and 13 for Augsburg at the Concordia 18-yard line. Split backs on this probable passing down for Lamker. And on a straight drop, he has time. He throws over the middle, complete to Alger at the 15. Gets the ball down to the 12-yard line, but he's brought down there again by Gilbert, and that'll break up a probable field goal situation.
That was a good pass by Lamker. He had a nice zip on that ball. He was able to get his back foot set and fired into the hands of Marty Alger. But still, here we go. Second attempt now for Needham. Still looking for his first field goal of the year.
Stanton will put the ball between the 19 and the 20, so officially a 29-yard field goal attempt for Needham, with Stanton holding. Stanton spotted and kicked. It is on the way. This one is good.
That's it. That's good for a kicker's confidence to get that first field goal out of the way. Doesn't have to worry about it anymore. This is good. Augsburg now has the advantage 3-0 when they were able to hold the ball a long time on that last possession, Bruce. It's been a long time since the Cobbers have touched the ball. Remember, the last two Cobbers possessions have ended in interception.
That's the bad news for the Cobbers. The good news is they've only turned into 3 points. They've given the Augsburg great field position in Concordia territory. However, a missed field goal and a made field goal is all that results for Augsburg. 3-0 Augsburg, 5:18 to play in the first quarter.
Anyone who loves defense is going to love this game.
Officially called a 30-yard field goal for Needham. 30 yards on the field goal. So the Augies break out on top. They had the first score last week.
All right.
Needham will kick it off. Deep for Concordia, and not very deep. He's only at the 10-yard line. Is number 20, Eli Schuff, the tailback, who also serves as the deep man on the Concordia kickoff.
Eli Schuff had 22 carries for 81 yards last week.
A good kick, actually, by Needham. It was a squib kick to the right-hand side, but all Concordia could do was fall on it. The tight end, Nathan Merceth, who also plays one of the up positions on the kickoff team, basically fell on the ball on the 30-yard line.
Do what you have to get down there. It kind of caught me by surprise.
So Augsburg gets what they want. Concordia's got decent field position, nothing special. First and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Again, a tight formation for Concordia. They'll split one receiver, Torrey Langmo, to the left-hand side. That is Sean McGee, the other receiver, in motion. Ball goes to Schuff on the right tackle. He'll get to the 33-yard line. We have a penalty flag thrown on the right-hand side of the field.
It looks like it could be a holding call on the Cobbers offense.
We have a motion penalty against Concordia, and they will accept first and 15 for Concordia at their own 25.
You know, Augsburg is a good run defense. They're the second or third best defense in the MIAC last year. The defense is the heart and soul of this team, anchored by a strong secondary and a good pass rush.
In last year's game, Augsburg broke a 16-game losing streak against Concordia, winning 13-3 at Moorhead. Concordia remembers that very well, but the intensity has not really been there with the 2 interceptions so far. First and 15 for the Cobbers at their own 25. Oderman straight back, has time, throws the right side, completed to number 36, Mike Halverson, but he is brought down immediately by the free safety, number 12, Tim Ronenberg. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 11.
It was a nice hit by Ronenberg. He launched into him, got his arms, wrapped him down around the waist, and brought him down. Ronenberg broke up 3 passes last week. He's a decent defensive back.
So a 4-yard pickup, second down and 11. Ball sits at the 29-yard line. Augsburg with a 3-0 lead, 4:20 to go in the first quarter of this MIAC opener. McGee in motion from the far side to the near side. They'll give it to the back. Schuff, he's across the 30 to the 34-yard line. That ball is loose on the turf.
Football.
And Concordia has recovered. That ball was definitely loose on the turf. But Concordia does come up. Number 8, the wide receiver, Torrey Langmo, coming up with the football. Give Schuff 6 yards on the play. It'll be third down and 5.
Yeah.
Concordia offense, though, not sharp.
No, not sharp at all. The Augsburg defense has done a good job. They've actually given Oderman a lot of time when he drops back to pass, but Augsburg hasn't been letting him do anything with it.
3rd down and 5 possession play for the Cobbers. Back to pass is Oderman, and this time he will be sacked. Bob Anderson doing
Big Bob Anderson. He's having a heck of a game. Earlier, he got back and put a nice hit on Oderman as Oderman threw an interception earlier in the game. And now he comes up with a big sack. That's his 2nd sack of the year. Last year, he led the team with 6 sacks. 2nd team RMIAC defensive end, Bob Anderson.
So it'll be 4th down and 9. Concordia will punt. This is their punter, Marcus Erickson, and a double safety back for the Aggies. Number 88 is Keppa Williams, and number 15 is Bill Creasel. High snap, but it's corralled, and a equally poor punt for Concordia. That ball bounces out of bounds at the Augsburg 42-yard line. A 27-yard punt, and neither punter really distinguishing themselves with their first effort.
And no, the funny thing is, that was with the wind.
So the Aggies will take over, 1st and 10 on their own 42-yard line. They have the ball. They have the lead. It is 3-0 with 2:55 to play in the first quarter.
Tremendous field position first.
High formation on 1st down for the Aggies. They have not thrown the ball yet on 1st down today. Maybe a time to do that here. With Stanton getting single coverage here on the near side. But they'll give it to Alger on the carry over right tackle. He'll lose a yard, perhaps 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12 there. Tackle made by number 94, Jason Karen.
As good as the Augsburg defense has played, the Cobber defense has played equally as well. You have to remember, on that last drive, if it weren't for a pass interference call, that drive could have ended, and we probably wouldn't have had that field goal. So Cobber defense has played well. They've done a good job reading the Augsburg offense, limiting us to 1 completion.
2nd down and 12, ball at the 41-yard line. Bokanai behind Lamker with 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left. Lamker back to pass. Now being pressured, going to throw out in the right flat, complete to Alger at the 45, breaks the tackle and gets to the 49-yard line. Tackled there by Stuart Lang and Chad Johnson. It'll be 3rd down and short.
Alger's getting a lot of work today. He's doing the bulk of the load, carrying the ball. He's the only person to catch a ball today, catching only 2 completions by Lamker.
Alger last week with 4 pass receptions. Lamker last week got the ball to many receivers. Gave the ball to his wide receivers. Stanton had 6 balls. Ted Schultz caught 4 from the tight end position. Has yet to been able to do that.
Well, he hasn't had the time to look at the wide receivers. I think last week he had a better time, sit back in the pocket, better pass protection by the offensive line.
3rd and 3 at the 49. This time it's Dobinson over right tackle. Dobinson dives but does not get the 1st down. He's down at the 50-yard line. Chad Johnson with the tackle. It'll be 4th down and 2.
Dobinson's a nifty runner, but he just hasn't been able to get his feet set. If he's able to get his feet set, he can go a long way with that football.
Pretty early in the game to gamble, so Jack Osberg sends on the punting unit. Vistendahl will do the honors. Double safety for Concordia. 8 Langmo and 5 Lang. Vistendahl's first effort, 17 yards against the wind. This one will also be against the wind.
Neither team has been able to punt well. I'd consider it a victory if he can get it more than 30 yards today.
Good snap. Vistendahl gets it away. This is a little better, but not a lot. Fair catch called for by Langbo and made at the 31-yard line. A 19-yard kick by Vistendahl. That's a little better, all 2 yards.
Like you said, a little better.
Concordia takes over. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
It was better looking, though.
41 seconds to play in the first quarter. Augsburg 3, Concordia nothing. At halftime, we'll talk with Paul Grauer, the athletic director of Augsburg College. We'll also recap this first half, which has 1 scoring play at this point, a 30-yard field goal by Scott Needham. 1st and 10 for Concordia at their own 32-yard line. They'll run the option up the line, give it to the fullback. That's Michael Flynn with the football, and he gets to the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Michael Flynn is a big boy, 6'1", 225 pounds. It's a lot of man to tackle. Augsburg did a good job bringing him down, but he took 4 people with him to bring him down.
2nd down and 7 for Concordia at the 35-yard line. This will be more than likely the last play of the first quarter, which has 10 seconds in it. Oderman will split two receivers to the left side and put his backs in the I formation. That's Schuff as the deep back. Give it once again to the fullback. That is Flynn. He's across the 40 to the 43-yard line, and he is close to Concordia's first down of the game.
He's a big guy. It's hard to bring down, and once he's got a full head of steam.
After the first quarter, Augsburg 3, Concordia nothing. We pause for 60 seconds. This is Augsburg football on 1570 KYCR.
Are you looking for a college that helps students prepare for the work world? At Augsburg College, we build bridges between the academic world and the outside world. Radio and television station in the area. The gap between academic life and career need not be overwhelming. Not at Augsburg College, where we help students bridge the gap between the two, easing the transition from student to professional. At Augsburg College, students get the experience they need for the future they want. Call us today at 330-1001. That's 330-1001.
Second quarter begins here at Augsburg with Mike Halverson, the fullback, getting the ball for Concordia. He moves the ball from the 43 to the 48. It will be second down and 5. Bruce Wolf, Bryce Merriman with you from Augsburg College in Minneapolis. The Augies lead Concordia 3-0. This time Oderman trying to get the ball with fullback Mike Halverson. Does not do so because number 99, Bob Anderson, gets into the backfield with some defensive penetration. It will be third and long.
Well, he is just dominating out there today.
Oderman goes down.
That's 3 sacks for the year and only the second game.
So a loss of yardage there. It will be third down and 9. The ball is at the Concordia 43-yard line. Cobbers will split two receivers to the wide side of the field in Langmo and McGee. Oderman rolls right, has time, looking to throw long. He's got a receiver, McGee. It is incomplete, but we're going to have handoff on Augsburg.
He's going for the ball.
Contact made there by the Augies, number 4, Eric Hay, and number 12, Tim Ronneberg. Either Hay or Ronneberg making contact there. Probably a 15-yard penalty against the Augies. So the Concordia Cobbers able to put together back-to-back first downs here, one on the ground, one by penalty, and they move the ball into the Augsburg end of the field for the first time today.
Somewhat surprising is the amount of times Concordia has actually passed the ball, and I don't have stats in front of me, but Concordia has sat back, and I think they've passed the abundance of the time today. Traditionally not a passing team. But remember, 2 of those times the passes have ended, or 2 of the times they've ended up in sacks, twice they've ended up in interceptions.
First and 10 for Concordia. Ball sits at the Augsburg 41-yard line on the right hash. 2 receivers left. Langmo and McGee. I formation behind Oderman. They'll give it to the fullback. No, he won't. It's the option play. Takes the fullback belly and gives it to Schuff on the end around. 40, 30, and inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. They run the triple option to perfection that time.
Oh, boy, did they ever.
To Schuff on the left wing, and he gets the ball down inside the Augie 20.
Now, that's the way you design a play, and that's exactly what happened, is they got the yardage that they needed. They had us fooled on that play.
22-yard carry for Schuff, the biggest offensive play of the game for either side. And it'll be first and 10 for Concordia at the Augsburg 19, working with the wind in the second, or working against the wind, excuse me, in the second quarter. This time, hand off to Schuff on the inside carry, no gain. It'll be second down and 10.
Yeah, it was a good run. Augsburg's playing very good defense today. Now, they've got their backs against the wall, to use an old cliche.
So it'll be second down and 10. Ball sits at the 19-yard line of Concordia. High formation. They'll bring the option down the right-hand side. Oderman down to the 16-yard line. It'll be third down and 7.
Augsburg defense is playing well now. This is a testament of a good defense, is how well you can do when the other team is in your red zone.
So third down and 7. Ball at the 16-yard line of Augsburg. Concordia having a little bit of trouble getting the play in. And they may have to use a timeout. Only 10 seconds left now on the play clock as they bring it to the line of scrimmage.
The Bermuda Triangle, from where no timeouts will ever return.
Oderman gets the play off, gives it to the back, shot, and he is brought down in the backfield. Anderson is there. The first hit made there by number 76, John Pena. It'll be 4th down and Concordia into a field goal situation.
Good defense by the Augsburg. They read the play well. John Pena. And Bob Anderson is there again. He's everywhere today, folks.
Early score in from St. Thomas. The Tommies have a 7-0 lead on Carleton. They're going to go for it on 4th down, not trusting their field goal kicker from this distance. 4th and 12 for Concordia at the 22-yard line. Oderman rolls left, has time, throws, and it is complete to the wide receiver, number 8, Corey Langmo, inside the 5 to the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Concordia Cobbers there.
Not good defense. Anytime it's 4th and 12, and they're in your 20, you cannot let him get that pass, and that's exactly what Augsburg did. Now they've really put themselves into a tough situation. Concordia doesn't have far to go before they get sick.
1st down and goal. They'll bring everybody up in a very tight formation with 3 setbacks. It goes to the fullback, Flynn, and did he get in? He's very close.
Very close.
They're going to say he didn't get in the end zone.
Oh boy, that'll give a head coach and a defensive coordinator headaches on a 4th and 12 when they can complete a pass like that. Jack Augsburg does not look happy over there.
Flynn, the ball carrier, gets the ball probably within 6 inches of the goal line. It'll be 2nd down from there. 11 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter from Augsburg. The Augies lead 3-0, but that may not last for long. The handoff again to Flynn over right tackle, and he is in the end zone for a Concordia touchdown.
He is a big person at 220 pounds. He's going to be hard to bring down when you only have 2 inches to go.
So they gamble on the 4th and 12, get the 20-yard pass completion, and the Cobbers have themselves a 6-3 lead with 10:54 to play in the 2nd quarter. Extra point upcoming. Brian Barnick, junior kicker, will try it.
But they are playing with a lot more intensity on this last drive. They kind of lacked that the first couple possessions, but this time they really had some fire in them.
Barnick lines up. The holder is number 30, Eric Bechtold, the wide receiver. Snap, spotted, and kicked, and right down the middle. We take a break, a 60-second timeout with 10:54 to go in the 2nd quarter. Your score, Concordia 7, Augsburg 3. You're listening to Augsburg Football on 1570 KYCR.
Thinking about working for a Christian ministry seemed a bit overwhelming at first, but Intercristo's national network of job leads gave me the boost I needed. I can't thank you enough.
Wondering how your work experience can be used in Christian ministry? Call Intercristo at 1-800-426-1342.
We return to Anderson Nelson Field. A short kickoff received by number 16, Pierre Roddy. He gets the ball to the 25 and then brought down at the 29-yard line. And that's where the Augies will take over for 10.
Boy, I can't imagine Augsburg was expecting Concordia to pass this much today. I think everybody's kind of surprised by that. Augsburg's going to have to make some adjustments if they want to keep in this game. They've got themselves into a position where they might have to start passing more, and that is not what they wanted to do at the start of this game.
They do have the wind advantage here in the 2nd quarter, although all 10 points have been scored against the wind. Need them a 30-yard field goal in the 1st quarter for Augsburg, and a 1-yard touchdown pass touchdown run, by Michael Flynn. We had a penalty on the kickoff. Looks like we're going to try this again.
The kick will run over. Appears to be an offside penalty against Concordia.
We do have an offside penalty against Concordia, so this kickoff will come from the 30 and should give Augsburg pretty good field position.
Yeah, let's
all
hope.
said and done, kicking against the wind.
Let's see if we can get a nice return here. That would sure help the deficit of this team if they would only have to go maybe 50 yards opposed to 70.
Deep receiver Chad Jackson now moves up to the 15-yard line. He probably ought to move in even closer because I doubt the kickoff man, Barnick, can get the ball that far. They could have tried a 30-yard field goal, but they weren't confident in Barnick's leg.
No.
So here's Barnick, right-footed kicker from the 30. Low kick. It's going to be received by Vistendahl at the 25.
Good
Brings
call,
it back
Bruce.
to the 30. Going to break it out to the wide side, 35, and now brought back to the 36-yard line.
And not a good play there by Chad Jackson. They've got to read that better.
So the Aggies will take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. 10:41 to play second quarter. Concordia 7, Augsburg 3. MIAC opener for both clubs. Glad you could join us on a Saturday afternoon in downtown Minneapolis. Aggies bring it to the line. This is Chris Stanton to the wide side, Joe Horan to the near side. Augsburg on the right hash with Alger as the deep back in this set. Lamker calls out signals on a 1st and 10 play. This is Alger straight up the gut.
Nice run.
41-yard line. Tackle made there by James Pook. Freshman defensive tackle. 5 for Alger on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I just don't get it, Bruce. The offensive line here for Augsburg, they played very well on that. They got a good push on the defensive line, and Marty's able to get a nice run. Then the next play, they're not going to give him that protection. They'll make the hole to the running back or give Lamker the protection he needs. The offensive line needs to play more consistent to win against this tough Concordia defense.
2nd and 6, ball at the Augsburg 40-yard line. Alger again the deep back in the set. And Alger going to get the ball this time. Going to go off left tackle. Tries to break it outside 40. And he's being pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line. And a late hit will be called on number 40 of Concordia. That's Craig Gilbert, the linebacker. That'll give Augsburg a 1st down into Concordia territory.
Yeah, he took down a couple of players and a 1st down marker. That could have really hurt. Surprised a few kids there in the front row.
So Alger gets a 4-yard gain from the 40 to the 44. They'll tack on a 15-yard penalty. That'll move the ball all the way down to the Concordia 41-yard line. And now Augsburg has itself a 1st down in Concordia territory. And for the 3rd time, they have an opportunity to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, this is very reminiscent of the last drive, which was kept alive by some penalties by the Concordia defense. Take what you can get.
1st and 10 for Augsburg at the Concordia 41-yard line near hash mark. Schultz, or check that, Stanton wide left, Horan wide right. Alger again, the deep back in the set. They'll fake it to him, and on a roll right is Lamker. He's got time and complete. The intended receiver was Ted Schultz. Coverage on the play by strong safety Shad Young. But we also have a flag down, and it will be a hold against the Augie offensive line.
Yeah, the offensive line has got to play better. They did a good job with protection, but then again, they held on that play. Ted Schultz has got to hold on to that ball. It was in both hands. Ted Schultz, freshman of the year for the Augies last year. It's a decent throw by Lamker, who was able to find his man. Well-thrown ball, but still there's holding, and that brings him back.
If you've never been to a game at Anderson Nelson Field, a unique setup. Number 1, we've got the artificial turf. Number 2, both teams on the same side of the field, similar to County Stadium in Milwaukee when the Packers played there. Augsburg, as we look at it, is on the far left-hand side. Concordia on the far right-hand side. It turns out to be a 14-yard penalty. In the NCAA, you take the holding penalty 10 yards from the spot. So it'll be 1st down and 24 for Augsburg. Ball at the 45-yard line. They've got 3 downs to make up the 24 yards, however.
Well,
Lamker gives it to Dobinson, the first back through 50, and gets the ball to the 48-yard line. Good carry for Dobinson on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and about 17.
Dobinson is a good running back. He's got a little more elusiveness than Alger, not lacking in speed, but Dobinson has a different type of running back, a little niftier, and he's able to hit that hole with some speed and get the yards that he needs. Now, Lamker doesn't have to make up all those yards on one long pass.
2nd down and 17. Ball right in the middle of the field at the Concordia 48-yard line. Stanton wide left, Horan wide right. Dobinson the deep back in this formation. Lamker going to be on a straight drop. He's got time
nice
this time.
Protection.
Pointing at receivers, and it is intercepted by number 40, Craig Gilbert. He'll bring it back to midfield, and Concordia now with nice field position.
Not a well-thrown ball by Lamker. He was trying to get the ball to Dovington, but Dovington was well covered. The offensive line did a good job starting out, protecting Lamker there, but then they kind of folded, and Lamker made a bad decision.
Seems like when Darren puts some air underneath the passes and tries to float passes, that's when he gets in trouble and gives the time defense for the defense to react. That's what the interception was last week up in Mayville. So Concordia will take over. 1st and 10 at midfield. They lead 7-3 with 8:59 to go in the 2nd quarter. On a roll left is Oderman. He'll pitch at the last moment to Schuff around the left end. He's inside the 50 to the 47-yard line. Tackled out of bounds there by the safety, number 2, Tim Hamer. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Now, Oderman is a good athlete. He's able to run well on that option play. I think last year he had 400 yards rushing.
So a 3-yard gain for Schuff on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Concordia ball on the Augie 47-yard line. They'll put Schuff in motion to the wide side. Oderman, a quick pass, complete to Schuff, but a very short gain. About half the Augsburg defense in on the tackle, led there by number 40, Bob Schultz. It'll be 3rd down and about 5.
And there's a difference there between Lamecker and Oderman. Oderman, a more experienced passer, being a senior, or Oderman being a senior and Lamecker being a sophomore. Oderman's able to get back there, plant his feet, and fire that ball in there. He does not float the ball.
3rd down and 5 for Concordia, near hash mark 45-yard line. They'll split 2 receivers, both to the wide side. Oderman on a roll left, has time, throws the football down the field, and it is incomplete. He had a receiver, number 41, Sean McGee, with a 1st down in their grasp. However, the ball was underthrown, and it will be 4th down.
A well-designed play, a hard pass by Oderman, but it was a low pass. His man was wide open. They're really beginning to get this Augsburg defense.
But the Augie defense holds after the turnover, 3 plays and out. So the punting unit in for Concordia. This has been an adventure for both teams.
Going to get more than 20 yards now.
Erickson punting against the wind. Creasel and Stanton deep. That's Joe Stanton. This punt being knocked down by the wind. That's a pretty good kick, actually. Knocked down at the 19-yard line. It's a 26-yard punt, and that's the longest punt of the day.
And it puts Augsburg in a tough position now. With 8 minutes left in the half, they have to go 80 yards to get some points here. They've got to give Lamecker more protection. The offensive line, they've got some big kids there. They've really got to push this defensive line around to give Lamecker some time to open up some holes for Alger.
1st and 10 for Augsburg. They'll have the ball at their own 19-yard line. 8:04 to play in the first half. They trail 7-3. They'll split the backs. Dobinson and Alger, Horan right, and Chris Stanton left. Ted Schultz, the tight end, on the strong side. Alger gets the ball right up the gut. They'll get to the 20, maybe to the 21-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down and 8.
This isn't a good sign. The last few carries by Alger, they've been reading him well. He has not been able to get the holes that he needs. It's going to put Lamecker in a position where he's going to have to pass more. Chris Stanton last week had over 80 yards receiving. He has not gone to Stanton yet. Look for him to go to Stanton soon to get Stanton's confidence up so he can get his first catch for the game.
They'll split him to the wide side. Chad Jensen on the other side on this 2nd down and 8 play for Augsburg at their own 21-yard line. This will be Dobinson around right tackle to the 25 to the 27-yard line. And that's the most confident run for Aaron Dobinson today. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, and he did it.
Exactly, Bruce. He was able to get his feet planted before he got hit. He was able to find a hole, and he was able to run with confidence. If we can have a good running attack, we can get the combination of Dobinson and Alger. That could really be good for us because they're 2 different styled runners that could confuse the Cobber defense.
3rd down and 2. Possession play for Augsburg at their own 27-yard line. Split the backs behind Lamecker. Stanton wide left, Horan wide right. And Lamecker barks out the signals. Alger gets the ball, and he's very, very close to a 1st down. Good support by the secondary. Stuart Lang, the free safety, bringing down Alger. It'll depend on the spot.
That's just brute.
I think he's a little short, though.
He's a little short, but that's just brute strength by Marty Alger. Again, he's hit in the backfield, and he's able to lunge forward, close to 1st down. They're going to measure, but I think he might be a little bit short.
And they're not even going to bring out the 6. The referee says 4th and about a half a yard, and at this position, you got to kick the ball away. So Vissendal, after 2 punts into the wind of less than 20 yards, will try his luck with the wind.
Yeah, this is going to be big for him. He's had a 17-yard punt and a 19-yard. It's important for him to get. Last week he averaged 30 yards, right? And that's not a great average, but 30 yards would be a blessing right now.
Cobbers put 9 men on the line, going to try to put some pressure on Vistendal. He gets the kick away, and that is a decent kick. Caught there by Langmo at the 40-yard line and brought down there at the 42-yard line by number 47, Andrew Anthony, a backup running back on special teams. Good kick that time. Travels 33 yards, and the way the punting has gone, that is a good kick.
Yeah, it's a great kick. Last week, again, he averaged 30 yards a punt on 5 punts, and if he can keep that up, that's going to really help us. He doesn't put the defense in that bad position.
First and 10 for Concordia. Ball sits at the 42-yard line. 6:11 to play in the first half. Concordia 7, Augsburg 3. Handoff up the gut to number 45. That's Michael Flynn, the ball carrier, the touchdown scorer. But he is brought down after a very short gain. Nice play there by number 76. That again, John Pena.
John Pena is playing very well today. He and Bob Anderson came together on that last tackle on the last, or 2 drives ago to hit the Cobbers with the loss, and he just smells out that run and stuffs it. Good play by Pena.
No gain for Flynn on the first down carry. 2nd and 10 for the Cobbers at their own 42. I formation. They'll run the option left, keeping it as Oderman 45, and a nice tackle made there by Pierre Roddy out of the secondary. He'll bring down Oderman at the 46-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Roddy with a nice tackle there, but that just shows the athletic ability of Oderman to be able to run the ball and make the first couple people miss. He's got a decent arm. He's got some nice legs on him. He's a well-rounded athlete.
Clock moves down near 5 minutes in the first half. Concordia 7, Augsburg 3. Kyle Oderman, the Concordia quarterback, probably throwing on a 3rd and 7, and he is straight back to pass. Good pressure by the Aggies. He throws complete. Number 36, Mike Halverson.
Late hit.
Tackled down by number 27, Jesse Moyer, and we're going to have a holding penalty against Concordia.
Wow.
There's a penalty on the play.
Interesting decision here for Augsburg. If they decline the penalty, it becomes 4th and 2. Concordia might choose to go on that.
Yeah, they did.
They take the penalty, it remains 3rd and long.
You remember, Concordia did on the 4th and 12, they went for it, and they did get it. So 4th and 2. I wouldn't be surprised for them to go for it again.
Well, they're going to get an opportunity to because Augsburg declines the penalty. It'll be 4th down and 2, but they will bring the punting unit on. So the Augsburg defense once again holds.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Cobbers fake a punt here because it has been very difficult to punt.
Augsburg in what football teams will call a punt-safe formation, looking for the possibility of a fake. Deep safeties again, Joe Stanton and Bill Kriesel. However, this will be a punt, and a decent one against the wind. It's going to bounce, and it's going to roll. Inside the 20, inside the 15, inside the 10, and it's going to roll dead at the 6-yard line. Nice kick by the Cobbers, and the Aggies will start deep in their own territory.
That's what people would call a pat-statting punt. You're going to look in stats tomorrow morning, and you're going to see a long punt there, but most of it came on a roll. But still, that puts the Cobbers in a good position. Now, Augsburg is going to start out close to their own end zone. Not a good place for a turnover. Well, no place is a good place for turnover, but especially this close to your own end zone.
Concordia 7, Augsburg 3. 4:22 to play in the first half. Bruce Wolf, Bryce Merriman with you from Anderson Nelson Field in downtown Minneapolis. Next week, Collegeville the set. The Aggies will take on the perennial powers St. John's Johnnies. 1st and 10 for the Aggies at their own 6-yard line. Alger, the deep back in this set, he gets the ball. No, he won't. Lamprey looking to throw the ball in his end zone. Complete the job underneath the block, 10, 15-yard line. Very nearly broken for a very big gain. However, nice play by the Aggies. I think it's the first time they've thrown on first down today. A 9-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 1.
What's interesting, if you look at who's caught passes in this game, I believe Alger's caught now 2 passes. Darlington, that's his first catch. Schultz dropped a pass, which ended up being a pass interference by the Cobbers, but the 3 completions have been to the back.
Having trouble getting the ball to the wide receivers. 2nd and 1 at the 15-yard line. I formation this time, and Alger, the up back, gets the ball, and I don't think he got the first down. I think he's stopped short. host of tacklers there for Concordia, including number 37, Chad Johnson. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
A legion of tacklers on that one.
Clock moving toward the 3-minute mark. Important for Augsburg to get a first down here, not necessarily for them to score points, but they wish not to give Concordia good field position here in the final stages of the first half.
Now, Augsburg, to win this game, they're going to have to play a lot better than they've been playing now, and that starts on the lines. The defensive line has played pretty well today. The offensive line is going to have to play a lot better.
3rd down and 1. Augsburg at the 15-yard line. Alger and Dobinson once again split behind Lamker. Alger gets the carry. He's got a first down, 20. One man to beat, 25, and down to the 28-yard line. Again, one man away. Brent Weisgram makes the tackle. Otherwise, a very big game for the Aggies. However, 13 yards for Alger and a first down.
If the offensive line is going to make holes up the middle, what do? You take it to the outside, and that's what Alger did. As big as he is, you wouldn't expect him to have that much speed going around the corner, but he does. He's able to get around the corner and get 13 yards on a short and a 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 for the Aggies at their own 28-yard line. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. They trail 7-3. Split the backs behind Lamker on this first down play. And a fake and a throw by Lamker. He's pressured. He'll get the ball out to Alger on the right flat, but this will be a loss of yardage. Well covered by Concordia. Number 40, Craig Gilbert, makes the tackle.
Lamker's hesitating on that. We had the team faked on that, but he's got to make up his mind earlier when he looks downfield.
Back in 60 seconds as Concordia takes their first time out of the first half. Scoreboard reads Concordia 7, Augsburg 3. You are listening to Augsburg Football on 1570 KYCR. I guess we'll keep this one here. With 2:16 to go in the first half, Concordia leading Augsburg 7-3. Bruce Wolf, Bryce Merriman with you. And Concordia taking a timeout here, Bryce. They must think they can get the ball back before halftime.
Yeah, Alger now in the first half has 14 carries for 49 yards. At the outset of the game, we said we're going to need about 100 yards from Alger to win this game. He has 50 yards. He's got half of that right now, and the Augsburgs are down. So I guess we're also going to need some passing from Lamker. Is 4 completions, all to the back. So one of those completions being a loss.
2nd down, 14. Ball for Augsburg at their own 24-yard line. Split backs behind Lamker and a probable passing down. 3 wide receivers set for the Aggies. Back to passes Lamker. This time with time. Now he'll step up and throw. It is incomplete. That's the first time today he's tried to throw the ball to Chris Stanton. Coverage on the play there by number 35. Paul Goldman, and number 40, Craig Gilbert. It'll be 3rd and 14.
Lamker's got the tools to be a good quarterback. I think he's got some of those butterflies in his stomach right now. He is playing his first home game of the year, being MIC player of the last week. It's a lot of pressure on him. If he can just kind of get into that groove, because he did have some protection, he can make the play.
Legal identification. You are listening to KYCR, Golden Valley, Minneapolis, St. Paul. This is Augsburg Football on KYCR. Concordia leading the Aggies 7-3 in the MIAC opener. Back to passes Lamker on a 3rd and 14. Being pressured and basically throwing the ball away. The intended receiver, number 18, Chad Jackson, trying to get back toward the football. However, incomplete, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Lamker's got to make up his mind earlier than that. He has some good protection, but they can't block those cobbers forever. He's taking far too long to make his decisions.
So on a 4th down play, the Cobbers will get the ball back and should be pretty decent field position. They are working against the wind, the Cobbers are here in the 2nd quarter, and a wind that is picking up. Bad snap. Bissendall looking just to get it away. He's going to throw the ball, and it's complete. Number 2, Tim Hamlin at the 40-yard line, and a 1st down.
There's a flag on the play, though, Bruce.
We got a couple flags down. We'll have to see how that turns out. Got a flag here on the near side. You got a flag. That was a bad snap to Bissendall, and he turned it into a very nice play. We'll have to see how this all sorts out. They have the 1st down yardage, 16-yard pass completion. However, the Aggies reacting negatively. So it looks like penalty probably is against them.
That would have been their longest play of the day, being 16 yards. I believe Alger had an 11-yard run. the 16-yard. Nice pass.
Interesting place to run a fake punt on 4th and 14 at your own 24-yard line. The bad snap may have forced that decision.
A bad snap can do that to you. Zebra's there in a huddle.
Late in the first
Still
half,
discussing.
St. Louis leads Hamlin 14-7. Again, late in the first
You
half.
might hear the public address announcer in the background. Hamlin leading St. Louis 14-7. That's late in the second quarter.
Carlton 0. The penalties are on Augsburg, holding, and
That would be a big game for St. Louis. Traditionally, not a football power.
Got a couple penalties against Augsburg. Not one, but two. So Concordia will get the choice. They'll probably take either the holding penalty or we have another penalty, I think a face mask penalty. Lampker, by the way, in the first half, yet remember, 214 yards last week, 4 of 11, 18 yards.
No.
Not the kind of passing offense you would hope for. Let's take a look here. We have an eligible man downfield against Augsburg, and that's going to be the penalty that is taken. That's a 5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. That puts the ball back at the 20-yard line, and it'll be 4th down and 19 there for Augsburg.
Yeah, this is getting the Carvers are going to get good field position out of this. The way that we've been punting, the longest being a 32-yard, but he's also had, Husnell's had a 17-yarder and a 19-yarder. He's going to need more than a 30-yard punt to get Augsburg out of this situation.
Fissendahl again back to punt.
Fissendahl, the kicker, back to receive. Double safety, number 5 Lang and number 8 Langmo for Concordia. We've finally gotten this all sorted out. 2 flags down, but both on the same penalty. So the Augies will now punt. 9-man rush for Concordia. High snap, and it's snapped over Fissendahl's head.
Oh, no.
This could be a safety, and it is. Fissendahl basically bats the ball out of the end zone on the high snap, and a safety for Concordia.
Too many mistakes here. Two bad snaps in a row. Oh boy, Augsburg's going to have to play a lot better than this to win this game. And with next week, they've got St. John's coming up, which is going to be an incredibly tough game.
That makes the score Concordia 9 and Augsburg 3. What would Jazz be without a thumping bass line bubbling up from the bottom? Let's Start with the Bottom is the name of an upcoming jazz festival at Augsburg College on Friday, September 22nd at 7:30. The festival will focus on the bass by featuring renowned bassist Malachi Favors, member of the famous Art Ensemble of Chicago. Also on the bill of the Augsburg Jazz Ensemble with guest artist Sam Favors on keyboards, Gene Adams on trumpet, and Kenny Holman on sax. Jeannie Samu will perform, and Malachi Favors will play with the bass choir. Tickets for Let's Start with the Bottom are $8 and are available at Electric Fetus or by calling 825-9390. That's 825-9390. Tickets will also be sold at the door. That's Let's Start with the Bottom, a jazz festival with a focus on the bass, Friday, September 22nd at 7:30 at Augsburg College. The concert will be held in the Foss Center at the corner of Riverside Avenue and 22nd Avenue South in Minneapolis. Support for this event has been provided by a cultural collaborations grant from the Minnesota State Arts Board. Scott Needham comes in. They'll kick it off from a tee at the 20-yard line as the breeze really starts to pick up here at Augsburg College in Minneapolis. Concordia now a 9-3 lead, and they will have the football in pretty good field position.
This is going to be a low-scoring game, and Augsburg is going to really need to stop them on this drive.
Needham hammers the kick. Good kick picked up by running back Schuff at the 15. He brings it back to the 25-30, 35-40, and down at the 42-yard line. Tackled there by number 40, Bob Schultz.
Bruce, this has been dangerous for Augsburg because their defense has been on the field far too often in this game for long periods of time. They're going to get worn out, especially with a 220-pound fullback. Can take a lot out of your defense. Now, if Concordia can come up with the score here, it's going to be a tough task for Augsburg to make up the difference.
Back at the station, I have us for one more 60 in the first half. We'll give it to you as soon as we can. 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line is Concordia. Oderman with a fake and a roll left. Has time. Looking, throwing, incomplete. No, incomplete. They're going to say he caught the ball out of bounds. Nathan Merce at the tight end. It'll be 2nd and 10.
An experienced quarterback. He gets out to the outside, and he puts some nice zip on that ball. It's got to be a tough task for any defense to contain a quarterback like that.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Cobbers. They have the ball at their own 42-yard line. They'll bring 2 wide receivers right on this formation, Langmo and McGee. The lone running back, number 36, Mike Halverson. Back to pass is Oderman on 2nd and 10. Has time and throws complete to McGee at midfield. And it'll be brought down there by Bob Schultz and also number 15, Bill Kriesel. Just short of a first down. It'll be 3rd down and 2, and we have a timeout, and it will be taken by Concordia. So we'll take it to 60-second timeout. You're listening to Augsburg Football on 1570 KYCR.
I never thought making a long-distance call could make me feel so good. Sure, I'm saving money.
Option play. Oderman's got all the room in the world. He's at the 40, 35, and down to the 32-yard line. That will be a first down for Concordia.
Yeah, you can't say enough about the game he's playing. He's getting zip on his balls. He's running the option well, and he took it that time himself for nice gains.
Clock stopped, 57 seconds to play in the first half. They spot the ball, start the clock, and Concordia at the line. 1st and 10 at the 32. Oderman's got the ball, option right. This time the pitch to Schuff. Schuff fumbles, gets the ball back inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Tackle there made by Jesse Moyer. Concordia hurrying to the line. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Concordia at the 28-yard line. They have one timeout left. They choose to conserve it here. 30 seconds to play in the first half. Oderman under center, barking signals. He's back to pass on a straight drop. Throws complete and dropped by Schuff. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
A nice throw. You got to catch that ball and hit you. Augsburg defense looks tired right now. They've been on the field for a long time.
25 seconds to play in the first half. Concordia with a lead of 9-3. They have the ball 3rd and 5 at the 28-yard line. They did not try a field goal the last time they had an opportunity on 4th down, so this may be 4-down territory for the Cobbers. They are moving against the wind. Oderman under center. They do have one timeout left. Oderman back to pass. Has time. Throwing deep for the end zone. It is complete for a touchdown.
Wow.
Corey Langmo uncovered in the end zone, and the Cobbers take a 15-3 lead.
You know, initially the ball had some nice zip on it. The wind kind of made the ball do a couple of turns there, but fell right into the hands of the receiver, and he just kind of fell right into the end zone.
Concordia here will go for 2, with the difference being 12. They'll try to get it up to 14. With 18 seconds left in the first half. Well, the Aggies have got their work cut out for them in the second half. Be down 2 scores, and Concordia gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter. So they'll go for 2 here. Look for McGee. He's got a wide position here, one of the wide receivers. Oderman looking to throw, and incomplete. Looking for Eli Schuff. Coverage on the play there by number 40, Bob Schultz. So the conversion is no good, and the score remains 15-3. However, Concordia does get a touchdown before halftime.
And that's putting Augsburg in a tough situation. Augsburg, right now, they do have an inexperienced quarterback, and they are a ball-control team. They like to get the ball into the hands of Marty Alter and run the ball. Now they're going to have to come out probably passing more than they want to. And with a tough defense like Concordia, it's going to be tough to make the big plays.
A reminder that last year, Augsburg defeated Concordia 13-3 up in Moorhead, and that was the first time in 16 tries for the Aggies that they defeated the Cobbers. Cobbers remember that loss. They've been pointing to this game ever since training camp began as they look to get to 2-0, as does Augsburg, both teams winning last week. So the Cobbers will kick it off here. 18 seconds left in the first half. Concordia, probably a squib kick coming as they are kicking against the wind. And the kick is a short kick, caught by Schultz at the 40-yard line. Schultz got some room out to the right side. Going out wide to the 40, to the 45, and out of bounds near midfield with 10 seconds to go in the first half. Set update for Concordia. Oderman now 8 of 13 for 73 yards with the touchdown, and Langmo, the touchdown receiver, 2 for 48.
After those 2 initial interceptions early in the game, he's rebounded well, and he's running a well executed game. He's running the ball well, executing the option well, keeping it, and he's putting some nice zip on those balls when he decides to throw.
If the Augsburg offense can give Lamker time to get a throw here, they might get a chance to get it down in field goal range. 10 seconds to play in the first half. 1st and 10 for Augsburg at their own 47. Lamker deep drop, has time, throws the ball away. I think that was headed toward the interstate. 5 seconds now. If you've never been to Anderson Nelson Field, I-94 runs down the length of the field on the far side. And that ball almost made it there. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Augsburg. This should be the final play of the first half. They will split Chad Jackson wide to the right side. Schultz and Stanton, Chris Stanton wide left. The wide receivers have yet to catch a ball today. Back to pass is Lamker after a fake to Alger. Has time, throws the ball deep down the field. It is intercepted by number 37, Chad Johnson. He brings it back to the 40, and he's brought down at the 45-yard line. That kind of symbolizes the first half for Augsburg there in the last play of the first half with that interception.
That's exactly. Oh boy, Augsburg has got a lot cut out for them as they head to the locker room for the second half. They're down now by 12 points, and they have to go up against a tough Cobber defense. The Cobber defense that is playing intense, well-executed football.
Halftime score here at Anderson Nelson Field in Minneapolis, 15-3 in favor of the Cobbers. We take a 2-minute break. 2-minute break here. You are listening to Augsburg football on AM 1570 KYCR.
First, there was the contract with America, with economic issues like a call to a balanced budget, tax relief for families, and welfare reform.
But what about moral values, the breakup of families, and parental rights? Is there a compelling way to bring these issues to light?
There is. Contract with the American family. 10 proposals by the Christian Coalition to hold our government accountable. And
most things you could probably see from across the county.
Yeah, it's like hunting wear or something.
That is the opening day of hunting season, I think, for small games. So yeah. I guess right in tune.
And today they're hunting baby eagles, the Augsburg Aggies.
And they're doing a very good job of it at this point. They have 15 points, courtesy 2 touchdowns, a rushing touchdown for Michael Flynn, and a passing touchdown from Torrey Langmo from Kyle Oderman to Tony Langmo, and that conversion failed on the second touchdown. They also have a safety for their 15 points. The only points for Augsburg, a 30-yard field goal for Scott Needham. Captains coming to the center of the field. Anderson and Stanton for Augsburg. Oderman, Johnson, and Bowl for Concordia. It is Concordia's option here in the second half. They should take the ball.
It's been interesting. This is similar to much, but they have not been able to score when they're in the opposing team's red zone. And for a team to be a good football team, for them to play well, for them to beat St. John's, to be in that upper echelon of the MIC, they've got to do a better job in the red zone. And that starts with running the ball, with run blocking and pass blocking, with crisp decisions by the quarterback and nice passes. And that's going to take a lot for this team to turn around what they've done so far.
Augsburg will take the wind in the third quarter, although that hasn't been much of a factor. All 18 points have been scored against it.
No, it hasn't. But I can't imagine a nicer day for football. It's sunny out, a nice breeze. You put on your long pants. Even the Minnesota Gophers have their home opener tonight. It's a great day for football in the Twin Cities. Maybe Minneapolis' other big team, the Augsburg Aggies, will win tonight.
Of course, they've got to play their game inside at the Metrodome. That's their problem, though. Scott Needham will kick it off. He'll be at the 35-yard line, the left-footed kicker. Doesn't wear a sock on that kicking shoe. That's just a shoe. That's all it is. Maybe he'd go barefoot if the conditions allow.
It'd be like Rich Carless a few years ago. Go barefoot.
Deep to receive the second half kickoff for the Cobbers, number 20. That is Eli Schaff. Decent first half rushing the football for the Aggies. Or, excuse me, for the Cobbers.
He had a nice option run there. He took it, I think, 30 yards.
Needham hits it well and deep away from Schaff. It is going to roll into the end zone.
Touchback.
First touchback of the year for Needham, and so Concordia will start at their own 20-yard line. So here's a big defensive sequence for the Aggies.
Kicking with the wind can do that, and let's see if the Aggies now can do this. The Cobbers are going up against the wind, and they started out on defense very well in the first half, causing 2 interceptions. But if they can keep that intensity up, it's going to serve well for the Augsburg offense if we can get some nice field position.
10 for Concordia. They have the ball at the 20-yard line. The quarterback is Kyle Oderman. Very nice first half, 8 of 13, on a touchdown and 2 interceptions. 2 interceptions came very early. He has Schuff as his deep back. They'll run the option down the left-hand side, and he gets the pitch away barely.
Nice defense.
But a very well-defensed play. Tackle made there by Schultz and Moyer. A loss on the play, and that was a pretty dangerous pitch by Oderman. Probably would have been better off just eating the football.
Now that is the type of defense they need to play. They need to put pressure on the quarterback, and they need to swarm to that ball. Schultz being the most improved freshman on the team last year, and Jesse Moyer already having an interception in the game so far, playing extremely well today.
Second down and 12 for Concordia at their own 18-yard line. This is Schuff off left tackle, 20-21-yard line. And again, defensed reasonably well. Both defensive ends, Eric Fetterman, Bob Anderson on that tackle. It'll be third and long for Concordia, and here's a big play for the Augie defense.
You can't say enough about the way Bob Anderson's played today. He's had 2 tackles, one of those big for loss, and 2 sacks. This is a position where you have to look for someone like Bob Anderson in a third and long to get at that quarterback and maybe cause a sack or maybe even an interception.
Oderman splits 3 receivers to the wide side of the field on a 3rd and 8. He rolls right, sets and throws it. Friesel at the 30, 25-20, and back to the 15-yard line. That is the second interception of the day for Bill Friesel.
The corner phrase by Joe Sensor last year. Yahoo! That's what you gotta like. Bill Friesel, the interception. Now Augsburg is in a great position to score some points. They don't have 80 yards to go. They have 15.
They'll actually spot that ball at the 16-yard line with that interception. Friesel breaks the tie with Jeremy DeLegge, now with 15 career interceptions, and is the all-time leader for Augsburg in that category.
Just like last week, Augsburg has 3 interceptions today.
First and 10 for Augsburg at the Concordia 16-yard line. Lamker on a fake and a roll right. Gets away from pressure. Has time, and throws it away. Being chased on the play by number 39, Shane Hansen, the strong safety, basically just threw that ball away. Closest receiver was the tight end, Ted Schultz.
I've been very impressed with the defensive backfield of the Cobbers today. And you can say a lot about the pressure they put on the quarterback, but that starts with you're able to cover those defensive backs. It makes the quarterback hold on to the ball, and they've done just that.
Second down and 10 for Augsburg at the 16 of Concordia. 2 juniors and 2 seniors in that defensive backfield for Concordia. That's very experienced and very talented. Obviously, they've only given up now 10 points in a game and a half of football. Second and 10 for Augsburg. Lamker fakes to Alger. Throwing, complete and dropped. Robinson had both hands on the football, and it'll be third down.
This is a very familiar situation. It's third and long. Augsburg has been here a lot today. Again, not a bad throw by Lamker. I mean, he had to stretch out a little bit for that, but you've got to catch that if it touches your hands.
We've played 90 seconds in the third quarter. Augsburg trailing Concordia 15-3, but right in scoring territory. Third and 10 at the Concordia 16-yard line. Joe Horan split to the near side. Chris Stanton to the far side. Alger and Dobbinton the backs behind Lamker. And he's back to pass. And he's got the pointer, the thrown incomplete. Joe Horan, the intended receiver, coverage on the play there by Timothy Adland, and it'll be a fourth down situation now for Augsburg. 3 plays, no yards.
And that was nearly intercepted. At least now, hopefully we can get a field goal out of this. Needham, having made is 1 of 2 today with a 30-yarder earlier.
This one will be spotted at the 23-yard line. It'll be a 33-yard attempt from the left hash mark.
He's kicking with the wind.
The first time today. Snap spotted and kicked. It is on the way, and it is good. Barely over the crossbar, but good. So, with 13:23 to go in the third quarter. Concordia 15 and Augsburg 6.
Not what they needed, but they got 3.
If you love The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and the other Chronicles of Narnia, Hutchinson Symposium, call 330-1180. That's 330-1180. Augsburg College, located at 2211 Riverside Avenue in Minneapolis.
Paul Homer's a great writer. I'm excited to hear him speak.
Augsburg kicking off, down 15-6. Needham put the last one in the end zone. This one's headed that direction.
Nice kick.
Schuff catches it at the 2, brings it back to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, 25, 30. He's got himself an alley down the sideline, and he's tripped at the 40-yard line by Kriesel, but a very good return of 38 yards for Eli Schuff.
A nice kick, but it doesn't do much for you if you get a nice return out of it. Here again, the Cobbers have decent field position. Augsburg, like you get all too often, is on the field. The Augsburg defense, boy, they've got to be getting pretty tired. They spend most of that first half on the field, and again in the second half, this is their second series out on the field.
First and 10 for Concordia at the 40-yard line. They'll give it to the first back through. That's Flynn. He gets near the 45-yard line. Tackle there by Buto, the middle linebacker. First time we've called his name this afternoon. Very, very close to a 5-yard pickup, and it'll be second down and 5.
I can't say enough about the play of Flynn, too. He is just a big guy, and once he's got a full head of steam, he's hard to bring down, and Augsburg has found that out for certain.
So second and 5 for Concordia near their own 45-yard line. I formation behind Oderman. They'll fake the ball to Flynn and give him the ball. He's the first back through. Tackle made there by number 40, Bob Schultz. He's close to a first down, but a little short. It'll be third and about 2 for the Cobbers.
Yeah, the Cobbers are running the offense Augsburg wanted to do. Augsburg wanted to get it into the hands of Marty Alger. They wanted to get it into the hands of Flynn. And they're doing that, and they're doing it well.
Third down, short 2. Ball between the 48 and 49-yard line. 3 backs behind Oderman. On a short yardage play, it's Flynn, and a great play by Bob Schultz.
Wow!
Into the backfield, dropping Flynn for a loss. It'll be fourth down.
That is good defense. Any fan of football likes to see a play like that. Break into the backfield and snuff them out. Well-executed play by the Augie defense.
So Schultz gets a critical third down tackle. They lost about a half yard on the play, so it'll be fourth down and 2. And a punting situation. Punter is Erickson, punting into the wind. Joe Stanton and Kriesel are the deep men for the Augies.
The punting adventure continues.
Good snap and kicked.
Wow.
Pretty good kick. Stanton going to make a fair catch at the 18-yard line.
All things considered, that's a great kick for today.
34 yards into the wind by Erickson. Now the Augies get the ball first and 10 at their own 18-yard line. They got 3 plays, no yards on their first possession. We'll see what happens on possession number 2 of the second half.
In that first possession, they were inside the red zone again, and they weren't able to come up with points. Or actually, they came out of the field goal, but not the touchdown that they needed. Now here they have to go almost the length of the field to get points.
First and 10 for Augsburg. They have the ball at their own 18-yard line. They trail 15-6 with 11:24 to play in the third quarter. This is Dobinson on the first carry over left tackle. Gets a couple yards to the 20-yard line. It'll be second down and 8. Dobinson, a few carries in the first half, but the bulk of the work to Marty Alger, nearly 50 yards in the first half.
And Marty played well, and Darlington actually had some nice carries later in the first half. He was able to get his confidence, and he was able to kind of get into the groove of the game. But they've got to get the ball into Marty Alger's hands.
Another person they need to get the ball into is one of the wide receivers, whether it be Horan or Jackson or Stanton. No receptions for the wide receivers of Augsburg in the first half.
Stanton, the leading returning receiver, had 80 yards last week, and he hasn't had a catch yet today.
Second and 8 for the Augies at their own 20. Lampker on a draw play to Dobinson.
Oh, no!
And it's recovered by Concordia at the 18-yard line. The recovery made by Shane Hansen, and now Concordia with an excellent scoring opportunity in Augsburg.
Oh, gosh, Augsburg. You know,
turnover.
Yes, they're just not executing well. They're not playing with the same intensity that Concordia is. You can tell that Concordia is revved up for this game. It doesn't look like Augsburg has that same intensity.
So Concordia now with a chance to put some real distance between them and the Augies has the ball first and 10 at the Augsburg 18-yard line.
You got to feel for these Augies defenders. They've got to be getting tired.
Oderman brings them up. Flynn is the up back. The back is Schuff, and Flynn, the first back through, gets the ball. Gets a yard, perhaps 2. It'll be second down and 8. Tackle made there by Paul Moore, the junior defensive tackle. It'll be second down and 8. Some first half numbers, total yardage. Concordia 134, Augsburg 64. That's not going to get it done, 64 yards.
No, it's not. And 134 yards is a lot to give up in the MIAC in one half.
Second down and 8 for Concordia at the 16-yard line. Oderman pitched left to Schuff. Schuff gets to the 15-yard line, being pursued there, knocked out of bounds at the 10-yard line by safety Tim Hamer. He's close to a first down, but I think he's a yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1.
A nice run by Eli Schuff. He's got some speed. Earlier in the first half, he had a nice long run. I think the longest play of the day, covering nearly 30 yards on an option run. Here he has a nice, decent run, getting to the outside, showing some of his speed and elusiveness. It's a nice combination between their big bruising fullback and their quick, elusive number 20, Eli Schuff.
That's closer than I thought. They're going to bring the sticks all the way across the field. 9:54 to play in the third quarter. Concordia leads Augsburg 15-6. Augies were trailing last week at the half, 17-7, came back and beat Mayville 34-24. This week trailing at the half, 15-3. They've got in a field goal early thanks to a turnover. Friesel's second interception of the game. That cut the lead to 15-6, but now an Augsburg turnover has given Concordia a great chance. They got the, bringing the chains across the field, got tangled up a little bit. See if they can get an accurate measurement here. This is always an adventure with the chains.
Yeah, playing catch-up is different against a team like Mayville than a team like Concordia. Concordia's got a tremendous defense, and with the mistakes Augsburg is making, they're just making it more difficult and difficult to win this game.
The way they've handled these sticks on this measurement, it'd be amazing they have any kind of an accurate measurement, but it is short by about a foot. So it'll be 3rd down and that 1 foot.
And they've got 2 shots at this. They're going to go for it on 4th down if they don't get it here.
Think Flynn's going to get the ball here?
I'd put money on it.
So here's Concordia lining up with their 3 setbacks. Schuff, Flynn, and Halverson behind Oderman. The remaining 7 players on the line. It'll be 3rd down and the 1 foot ball just shy of the Augsburg 8. Oderman calling signal.
Here you go.
It is Flynn over right tackle. He's got the first down at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal now for Concordia as they look to extend a 15-6 lead.
You're not going to stop someone that's 6'1", 220 pounds. You can't stop from getting an inch on a short yardage play.
So the Cobbers now, 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Flynn scored the first touchdown for them on a 1-yard run. They then scored on a touchdown pass from Oderman to Langmo of about 27 yards. Now, 1st and goal at the 6-yard line for Concordia. It's Flynn. Now it's Oderman keeping the ball and tackled there by Jesse Moyer. They faked the ball into Flynn, attempted to run the option right, but Moyer made penetration, and they lost about 3 yards.
Moyer's having a strong game already with an interception, a tackle for a loss, and now here getting Oderman here. I can't say enough about the play that he's today. 3 stellar people on defense today: Bob Schultz, Bob Anderson, Jesse Moyer, as well as Bill Creasel. Make that 4. They've played a strong game keeping Augsburg in this game.
2nd and goal for Concordia. They have the ball in their hash mark at the 9-yard line. 2 backs behind Oderman. Now they'll send Schuff in motion. Back to pass on a roll left is Oderman with time throwing. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Torrey Langmo, his 2nd of the game. A 9-yard touchdown right in the middle of the end zone. And the Concordia Cobbers now lead the Augsburg Aggies 21-6.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Augsburg has put themselves in a deep hole now.
Once again, I think, not they're going to try 1 this time, as the kicker, Barnick, also doubles as one of the cornerbacks, will try the extra point. They look to get a 16-point lead. It would take 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions just to get even.
And against this defense.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. But still plenty of time. 8:51 to go in the third quarter. Snap down and kick is good. So with 8:51 to go in the third quarter, Concordia now leads Augsburg 22-6. We take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Augsburg football on 1570 KYCR.
Remodeling a kitchen is usually an expensive project that can disrupt 400.
Back at Anderson Nelson Field in downtown Minneapolis, Bruce Wolf, Bryce Merriman with you. Kickoff by Concordia. Hangs high. Chad Jackson at the 25. Brings it back toward the near side 30. Has a hole 35. Slip down there.
Chad Jackson brings it to the 35.
And Augsburg will take over 1st and 10.
He stays on his feet. That may have been 6.
He did have a couple blockers ahead of him. Could have been a very big return, but he slipped trying to cut and fell down at the 35. So Augsburg now down 16 with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. There's plenty of time. No need to panic. 8:45 in the 3rd quarter, but they are down 16.
Well, Concordia's in a good position. They've effectively taken the ball now away from Marty Alger. Now the fate of this game rests in the hands of Derek Lamker. He has to make the big plays to win this game.
Lamker on 1st and 10. Fakes to Alger and is back to pass. Has time. Throws over the middle. Incomplete. Ted Schultz, the intended receiver, but 3 hoppers around Schultz.
Still has yet to get that ball to one of the wide receivers. The tight end, Bob Schultz, that's his 2nd time he's thrown to him today, and he has yet to come up with the ball.
I think Augsburg is going to start using more of those rollout passes. They've had trouble giving time to Lamker in the pocket, so if you roll them out, maybe you avoid some of the pressure from the Cobber defense. That defense continuing to play well, however. 2nd down and 10 at the 35-yard line. Chad Jackson split to the near side, Stanton to the far side. This time Robinson gets the ball on a draw play, and he gets to the 38-yard line. Tackle made there by linebacker Ryan Sanis. It'll be 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7, and as the passing down, this has been a tough situation for the Augies all day, 3rd and long. Lamker's got to find his man. First of all, his people have got to get open. Wide receivers haven't done a good job of getting open. His offensive line hasn't been able to give him the time he needs to find those wide receivers.
3rd down and 7. Augsburg at their own 38-yard line. 8 minutes, 3rd quarter. They trail by 16. Possession play for the Augies, and Lamker straight back. Has time. Throws deep over the middle. Incomplete. Ted Schultz once again the intended receiver. Good coverage there again by strong safety Shane Hansen. It'll be 4th down. And again, Cobber defense comes up with a stop.
And not a well-thrown ball. I mean, again, he's still kind of lofting that ball. He's floating it. He's not zipping it down there.
So 4th down. Concordia will get its hands back on the football.
With good field position, depending on this punt. And more than likely, it's not going to be a booming punt.
Sistendahl back to punt. Double safeties. Again, Lang and Langmo. Langmo with 2 touchdowns. This time, a good snap. And they get the ball away. And a very good kick.
I was wrong.
Been touched.
There we go.
Lang has to go all the way back to the yard line to field the punt. He tried to catch it at the 20-yard line. It deflected off his hand, so he had to go back and cover it.
That shows you what I know. Nice punt and nice coverage by the defense.
56-yard punt if they give him credit for the entire distance.
Wow.
Longest punt of the year.
Longest punt of his life, though.
Yeah, most definitely. Still Concordia now in the shadow of their own goalpost. 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line. Here's the opportunity for the Augsburg defense. Maybe they can get some points.
But the story is still another wasted opportunity by the Augsburg offense.
1st and 10 for Concordia at their own 6. This is shuffle right up the middle. There's not a lot of room up there. Play made there by linebacker John Buto. Very short gain on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Nothing doing against that. They haven't had a lot of success running up the middle. Concordia's had their longest gains when they're able to run the option to the outside. The defense, the Augsburg defense, has been very solid up the middle today.
This is the spot last week where a failed option pitch by Mayville ended up in the end zone and Bob Anderson fell on it. 2nd and 10. Pitch play right to Schupp, and this one's also well by the Augsburg defense.
Very good.
Number 40, Bob Schultz, and number 50, John Buto with the tackle on that play. A yard, maybe 2, and it'll be 3rd down and 8.
Buto and Schultz just flying towards the ball. Again, that swarming Augsburg defense, that is the strength of this team.
3rd down and 8. Concordia with the ball at their own 8-yard line. They lead 22-6, but need 8 yards. Otherwise, Augsburg will get good field position on a punt. Oderman, who has been very good on 3rd downs today, with 2 receivers to the wide side of the field, which is the far side of the field. Under center, is Oderman. Rolls
go.
left. Has plenty of space out there. And puts the ball.
Wow. Better to be lucky than good.
Linebacker there for Augsburg was number 38, Matt Osberg.
Pressure put on by Matt Augburg.
Senior from, sophomore from Eden Prairie. But really, quarterback just slipped and fell.
Yeah.
So a break there for the Augies, and it'll be 4th down.
Eden Prairie, a good program. But
Head coach Mike Grant.
Mike Grant, son of legendary Bud Grant.
So Concordia on 4th down will punt deep in their own end zone. Augsburg will rush 9. Double safety again will be Joe Stanton and Bill Creasel. Good snap, and the punt is away. A short kick, low line drive, caught by Creasel at the 37, 35, and back to the 33-yard line.
Once again, good field position for the Augsburg Augies on offense, but they haven't been able to do anything with it yet. They've got to get a touchdown on this drive.
I'm not necessarily sure you have to throw the ball here right off the bat. I mean, there's still 5:29 to play. You've got 20 minutes to play in this football game. You're 2 scores behind. Not necessarily panic, put the ball up in the air tonight.
No, but they've got to execute better than they have been today. The offensive line has got to block, and the wide receivers have got to get open.
1st and 10 for Augsburg at the 33-yard line of Concordia. Lamper on a straight drop.
Nice block!
But this time, throws incomplete. The intended receiver, number 47, that is Andrew Anthony, the backup running back. Lamker had time originally, but then was pressured by number 96, Jared Scheck, and it will be 2nd down and 10.
Nice block by tight end Andrew Anthony. He leveled the Cobber right in front of him.
We ask your cooperation in putting your garbage in the cans provided.
2nd and 10. Augsburg at the Concordia 33-yard line. Lamker with 1 setback is Alger. The wing back is Dobinson. Alger has not seen the ball yet in the second half. He does now, right up the gut, and now to the 32, perhaps the 31-yard line. 3rd down and long coming for Augsburg, and a critical 3rd down play here.
Deja vu. We're here, 3rd and long, all over again. This hasn't been the best situation for Augsburg. Nearly on the last 3rd and long, they nearly threw an interception. They've got to give them some time here. Wide receivers have got to get open.
Dodging styrofoam cups as they go, it looks like here. 3rd down and 9 at the 32. Out. Quarterback Lamker splits Haran left and Stanton right. Lamker 7-step drop. Now moves up in the pocket and is sacked. Nice play there by Nate Prosser and also Jared Scheck. Tripping up Lamker as he stepped up in the pocket. It'll be 4th down and a probable punting situation for the Augies.
Another wasted opportunity by the Augsburg Augies. Oh boy, they've got to do a better job. Next week they've got a tough game, and they don't want to leave St. John's being 1-2, and that means they've got to play better football today for the rest of the remainder of this half.
Dahl will do the kicking. Try to angle this one out in the left corner. Just sort of hangs it up.
Nice
that
punt.
should float into the end zone, though, and it does. Landing in the end zone, giving Concordia the ball. 1st and 10 at their 20. We take a 60-second timeout. Augsburg trailing Concordia 22-6. You are listening to Augsburg football on 1570 KYCR.
Real work in a real-world environment. Augsburg's location in the heart of the Twin Cities gives our students access to hundreds of companies and organizations, such as 3M, First Bank, the Minnesota Legislature, the Guthrie Theater, and dozens of Fortune 500 companies, as well as virtually every major radio and television station in the area. The gap between academic life and career need not be overwhelming, not at Augsburg College, where we help students bridge the gap between the two, easing the transition from student to professional. At Augsburg College, students get the experience they need for the future they want. Call us today at 330-1001. That's 330-1001.
On a 2nd down play, the option pitch to Schuff, and Schuff has to fall on a fumbled pitch at the 20-yard line. On 1st down, Schuff was stopped for a 1-yard loss. So now 3rd down and 9 for Concordia at the 21-yard line. Augsburg's defense continuing to play reasonably well.
Yeah, you've got to be happy with the way Augsburg has played on defense. All things considered, they've been in some pretty tough situations. They've with Concordia having some great field position, but Augsburg continues to play good defense.
3rd down and 9 for Concordia at their own 21-yard line. Oderman throwing 2 touchdown passes already. Will run the pitch, a fumble pitch. Schuff still can't get a handle on it. And the Aggies! It's Bill Kriesel once again on the football.
I tell you, that's the 3rd turnover he's had today. He's had 2 interceptions, recovers the fumble. Bill Kriesel is playing a terrific game.
4th Concordia turnover, and they've only cashed them in for 2 field goals. This time they need a touchdown without any question.
I tell you what, Bruce, as this game goes, they're putting themselves in a position where they have to run. Their best player on offense is Marty Alger, and he's only touched the ball once the second half.
Alger, the fullback, Anthony, the tailback in this set. 1st and 10 for the Aggies at the Cobber 20. They trail 22-6, but have another great scoring opportunity. Alger, the fullback, gets the ball. He fumbles the football. It is covered by, I think, Augsburg.
Oh, my goodness.
Nope, Concordia's got it.
That Concordia, the first Concordia player, if he picks up that ball, that's a touchdown, and Marty Alger is on the field.
I think he's not hurt, but I think he's just frustrated more than anything. Yeah, take it back. He may be hurt.
He's holding his knee.
Yes, he is. Augsburg training staff going out to tend to him. That's tough. You get the turnover. You get an opportunity to try to cash in the turnover, and you fumble it right off the bat.
Yep.
And St. Thomas leads Carlton 19-0 at the half.
Let me guess. Bethel's down 700 to St. John's.
Now, no call from Bethel, so you might imagine what that might mean. 1st and 10 for Concordia. They have the ball at their own 21-yard line. Pitch play. New running back in the game, number 29, Rod Edlund. He gets the ball to the 25-yard line, and he's brought down there by number 15. Check that. Kriesel and Schultz in on the tackle, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice tackle.
2nd down and 6. The ball at the 25-yard line. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. That is the time remaining in the 3rd quarter. Augsburg trailing Concordia 22-6. And 4 turnovers for the Aggies have hurt their chances today. And Oderman calls the signals, and once again, that is Edlund with the ball. He gets to the 29-yard line, and the tackler there is Happy Chakalis in on the tackle. It'll be 3rd down.
Happy was an all-Metro player coming out of high school. He transferred into Augsburg.
3rd down and 2 now for the Aggies. Again, possession play for not Gustavus, but Concordia. Next week, St. John's, as Bryce has mentioned, will be the opponent. 12:55 the airtime on 1570 KYCR. 3rd down and 2. Oderman under center. Back to pass. Has time. Throws over the middle, complete to his fullback. That is Michael Flynn. He is very close to a 1st down. I don't know if he's got it. Jesse Moyer making the tackle on Flynn. That's going to be very close.
Yeah, Augsburg has played good defense, but they're getting tired. They've been out there. You can't ask any more than you have from the Augsburg defense.
So they're going to measure here. Augsburg hoping for a stop. If they get it, they'll get the ball back yet again, down by 16. They've wasted numerous scoring opportunities. 4 turnovers. They've gotten 2 field goals. And it is very, very close. But I think they're short by about an inch.
They're short by the length of an eyelash.
They didn't get it. 4th down.
Well, I look for them to get the ball if Flynn's in the game.
4th down and 1 inch. And they will punt.
Wow.
Well, with the ball down there at the 31-yard line, really can't gamble. 16-point lead, probably the prudent move to punt the ball out of there.
I know, they're so scared that Augsburg, the way they played on offense, that striking fear into the heart of all Cobbers.
4th down, punter will be Erickson. Kriesel and Joe Stanton back deep. And the Aggie offense, yet again, will get another opportunity. Good snap, and the punt is away. And a fair catch being called for by Kriesel, and he fumbled the football, and I think Concordia came up with it, and they did.
5 turnovers.
Augsburg turnover.
Creasel's played a good game so far today, but when things aren't going your way, they're not going your way. And let's see here.
It's going to be a fun film session with Jack Augsburg tomorrow morning, you think?
I'm sure. Oh, boy. Tough break.
So Concordia will take over. 1st and 10 at the Augsburg 37-yard line. There are 52 seconds remaining in the third quarter. They lead 22-6, and they get a chance to put the game away.
This game has been all Cobbers so far today. You can really tell that they've been pumped up for this game.
9 turnovers, though, between the two teams. 5 for Augsburg, 4 for Concordia. Not the cleanest football game in the entire world.
Both teams are going to have to play better than this if they want to be in the upper echelon of the conference this year.
Edlund once again the ball carrier inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Coming up from the secondary, Eric Hay with the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Again, next week Augsburg is playing St. John's, and they're going to have to play a lot better than this to be in that game.
They mark him down at the 35-yard line, Edlund, and it'll be 2nd down and 8. Cobbers split 2 receivers to the near side of the field, Langmo and McGee. Langmo has caught 2 touchdown passes from Oderman of 28 and 9 yards. And Oderman back to pass, looking deep down the field. It is for Sean McGee, and it is incomplete.
Wow.
McGee had a chance to come up with that ball. The pass is broken up by Tim Ronenberg, and it'll be 3rd down and 8. Pretty good defense by Ronenberg.
He had me fooled. I thought that was going to be a touchdown for sure. He had a step on Ronenberg, but Ronenberg was able to reach back and kind of knock it away. He had 3 passes he broke up last week, picking up where he left off, breaking up that pass right there. You have to say, Jeremy DeLegge has not playing today. He hurt his knee last week. That also has got to hurt the Augsburg on defense.
3rd down and 8, possession play for Concordia at the 35-yard line of Augsburg. 2 receivers check it. 3 receivers split to the wide side of the field. Augsburg blitzes 1 linebacker. Oderman's throw is complete to the wide receiver, Sean McGee, but just short of a 1st down. Kriesel makes the tackle as the third quarter comes to an end. After 3, Concordia 22, Augsburg 6. We'll take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Augsburg football on 1570 KYCR.
At Augsburg College, students get the experience they need for the future they want. Call us today at 330-1001. That's 330-1001.
Beginning of the 4th quarter here at Augsburg College, they trail Concordia 22-6. Oderman's last pass of the 3rd quarter was complete to McGee, and it was good enough for a 1st down. On the first play of the 4th quarter, Edlund, the ball carrier, gets the ball inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. A gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4.
They're going for the jugular. They're going to trying to put this game away.
Oderman, a wonderful afternoon, throwing for 2 touchdown passes. Has had 3 intercepted. Edlund again, the ball carrier over right guard. He's close to a 1st down, but I think he's a yard short. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
I've been impressed with Edlund. He's played pretty well, picking up for Eli Schuff, who has not been in the game in the last couple series.
Schuff had fumble problems there in the 3rd quarter, so that's probably why he's getting a breather. Extra tight ends being brought in here by Concordia.
Here comes Schuff back into the game.
Looks like a tight formation upcoming here for Concordia on 3rd down and 2. They will have 3 setbacks, 2 fullbacks, Halverson and Flynn, and 1 running back is Schuff. And Schuff gets the ball, and he's not going to get a 1st down. Nice play there by Paul Moore, and it'll be 4th down.
4th and short will be interesting to see. Are they going to go for it, or are they going to go for the field goal?
Well, they've shown absolutely no confidence in their kicker today, so I would think they will go for it. And they do not see the field goal kicker, so I think they are going to go for it here.
And they did go for it on 4th and 12, and they late in the first half, and interestingly enough, they got it.
4th down and 3 for Concordia at the 18-yard line. They will go here. 3 wide receivers to the left-hand side. This is a passing formation for Concordia. Oderman back to pass, has time, throws complete to McGee at the 10 and down to the 6-yard line. So for the 2nd time today, Concordia gambles on 4th and gets the completion.
Boy, they have had a well-executed game, a well-planned game. They have just able to complete those short passes right into that Augsburg zone, and they've just done everything that they set out to do today. And Augsburg hasn't been able to get much of anything done on offense. The defense has done as good as can be expected, but they've been in a hole all day long.
As we said at the top, Concordia very disappointed last year when they got out 0-2, losing to Moorhead and Augsburg. They're 13 minutes away from changing that result. Pitch to the wide side to Edlund on 1st and goal. He gets maybe a yard, 2. Get a 2nd down and goal at the 4.
Able to break off of that first tackle, and I wasn't able to see the number on that guy, but they've got to wrap up on a tackle, especially on a big guy like Edlund like that. You can't settle for the hit. You've got to get there, wrap him up, and bring him down.
96, Eric Betterman comes off the bottom of the pile, and he comes up a little bit slow, so he'll go out to the sideline for the moment. It'll be 2nd down and goal for Concordia at the 5-yard line. 12.5 minutes to play in the football game here at Augsburg College in Minneapolis. The Aggies trail Concordia 22-6, and 5 Augsburg turnovers. Probably the chief reason why the Aggies find themselves in a 16-point hole. 2nd down and goal. Edlund, the deep back, gets the ball over left tackle. He's inside the 5 down to the 2-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal there.
Oh, boy. Here we go again, Augsburg, on the goal line.
Once again, Halverson to come in. They'll probably go with the 3 running back set that they've used in these short yardage situations.
And used so successfully, too.
Flynn's got a touchdown from short yardage already. He's been their most successful short yardage back today. We'll see if he gets the ball.
He's just a monster at 6'1", 220 pounds.
He does get the football over right tackle, and he's in the end zone for a Concordia touchdown.
Bang.
2-yard touchdown run for Flynn, and it is now 28-6 in favor of the Cobbers.
Well, like you said before, it's going to be a fun day in film sessions for the Augsburg Aggies. Respectable game by the defense, but the offense has been very disappointing.
Got to be impressed with Concordia at this point. They play like this the rest of the season. They could contend for one of the top spots in the MIAC. This is a good road win for Concordia. They get to play 5 games at home, too.
And they're an experienced team, too. Look for them at the end of the year to challenge St. John's.
So a 2-point conversion now going to be attempted here. Oderman, the quarterback, going to bring the receiver in motion. That is Langmo. Oderman going to throw for it, and caught by McGee in the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is good. So 1 for 2 on 2-point conversions today for the Cobbers, and they now lead 30-6. We take a timeout. Concordia 30, Augsburg 6, a 60-second timeout. You are listening to Augsburg football on 1570 KYCR.
Youth speaker and author Dawson McAllister.
All across America on September 20th or early in the morning, we expect 3 million teenagers to go to the flagpole and pray. Kids need us. Kids need you. And I'm asking you to get behind them and get them to the flagpole on September 20th.
To order promotional materials, call weekdays 9 to 5 Central Time at 817-HIS-PLAN.
Back at Augsburg College, the Aggies trailing Concordia 30-6. The kickoff after the last Concordia touchdown returned by Vistendal to the 25-yard line, and that's where Augsburg will take over. 1st and 10.
Scintillating performance by Letterman, his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. He is playing very well.
So here's Lampker, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Still yet to complete a pass to a wide receiver today. Lampker back, floats the pass over towards the Augsburg sideline, incomplete. 2nd down and 10, and the passing game for Augsburg just has not been there today.
He has completed a couple of passes to wide receivers. Unfortunately, they've been on the sideline with their helmets off.
2nd down and 10, 25-yard line. Next week, St. John's, and we were taking a look at the Concordia schedule here. They don't see St. John's until the 4th of November. And that game will be played at Collegeville. So it'll be a while before they meet up with the Johnnies.
It'll be interesting, too. They will be back here in the Twin Cities against St. Thomas in the Metrodome, final game of the year.
Penalty called on that last play against Augsburg for a hold. So it'll be 1st and 20 at the 15-yard line. A welcome to all of those listening today on TRZ Sports. If you're listening in the metro area today and be going on the road, we'll tell you how you can use the TRZ service in just a moment. First and 10 at the 20-yard, or first and 20, I should say, at the 15-yard line. Lamker back to pass on a 5-step drop. Throwing toward the sideline, incomplete. Intended receiver was Haran, and defending on the play, Stuart Lang. Now, no matter how far away you live, you can always hear the live play-by-play of every Augsburg Aggies football game by calling Team Line. You just dial 1-800-846-4700 and enter 5545 as your team code. You charge the call to your Visa or MasterCard, and you can catch every Augsburg game no matter where you are, as long as you have a touch-tone phone and a Visa or MasterCard. I'll give you that number again after this play. Second down and 20 for Augsburg at their own 15-yard line. Lamker on a 7-step drop.
Nice
back
throw.
over the middle, tipped and incomplete.
There's a flag.
There's a flag thrown for pass interference, but I think they're going to pick it up because the ball was tipped before the contact was made.
There's been a lot of flags today on both sides. Not a particularly, I mean, Concordia has played well, but there has been some spots where they've been prone to penalties. In Augsburg, holding calls, pass interference, it is just, nothing has really seemed to go their way today.
Once again, that phone number for Team Line, 1-800-846-4700, extension 5545. That's the Augsburg team number. You call, you can listen to every game of Augsburg football. Third down and 20. Lamker's pass complete to Alger over the middle, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, breaks into the secondary across midfield and brought down by a face mask at the 48-yard line of Concordia. That'll even tack on some more yardage and a big play for the Aggies.
Wow, they covered some distance on that play. That may be the longest Augsburg play of the year, the longest being, I believe, 27 yards last week.
That play covers 37 yards. There will be a face mask penalty of either 5 or 15 yards. Looks like the 5-yard variety. So that moves the ball all the way down to the Concordia 43-yard line and a first down for the Aggies.
A good play by Marty Alger, but it might be a little too late with the score being 36, Concordia.
So the Aggies bring it up, first and 10 at the Concordia 43-yard line. Just under 11 minutes to play. Down 24. Lamker back to pass. 7-step drop, being pressured, gets the ball out to Alger, incomplete. Basically just trying to get rid of the ball. He was under some heavy duress there from number 96, Jared Scheck.
From the amount of pressure that he's had today, it almost looks like he's wearing a yellow pants with a white jersey today because they have been all over him all day long.
Second down and 10. Augsburg at the Concordia 43-yard line. Chris Stanton still looking for his first pass reception after 6 last week. Comes to the near side. Far side is Joe Haran. Lamker fakes to Alger, back to pass. Has time. Now looks to run. Steps up and throws the ball. Comes inside the 25 to the 23-yard line.
He had to work to get that one, but the payoff was good. Ted Schultz, freshman of the year for the Augsburg Aggies last year, with a nice leaping grab near the sideline to keep the Augsburg drive alive.
So the Aggies now with 2 first downs, maybe the first time all day with back-to-back first downs on the drive. They now have the ball first and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And 2 passing first downs at that.
Near side Jackson, far side Stanton. Split backs behind Lamker on this first down play. It's on the tight end, Schultz in motion. Lamker back to pass on first and 10.
Nice protection.
Rolls a little bit to his left. Flips the ball out to the left. Complete. Chris Stanton, the intended receiver. Jared Zebarth, the free safety in coverage.
Very close to being caught. Stan, that's the first one thrown his direction all day. Did everything he could to get that ball, but just was not meant to be on that pass.
Looks like St. Thomas, Gustavus, and Hamlin are going to be your first week winners, although Hamlin scores 17-14 after 3 at this point. Right now, Lamker, 6 of 25. 2 interceptions, 76 yards. Far cry from the 214 yards from last week. Second and 10 for the Aggies at the Concordia 23. Fake for Lamker, back to pass and throwing, and it is complete. nearly had a repeat of the Cadre Ismail play last week against Detroit. However, the ball falls harmlessly to the turf, and it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, we just aren't getting those breaks today. A bounce here, a flag there. This could be a different ball game, but just nothing seems to be going Augsburg's way today.
Concordia next week plays Hamlin up in Moorhead. That'll be a good game. Hamlin last year finishing 2nd in the league. Concordia aspires to those heights this year, so could be a big game next week up north.
The upperclassman-laden team. I wouldn't doubt if Concordia is there at the end of the year.
3rd and 10 for the Aggies at the 23. Back to passes. Lamker throws incomplete. Nearly hit the umpire on the way through. Looking for Stanton, and the coverage there by number 58, Brent Wisegram. So it'll be 4th down and 10. You're down 24. You might as well go for it.
Let's see. I mean, this would be a good place for Lamker to get a 1st down, to keep this drive going, maybe to get some confidence going into the St. John's game. He's had a couple nice completions, one to Schultz, one to Alger on this drive. He's got to make something happen here.
4th down and 10. Augsburg at the Concordia 23. Back to passes. Lamker, 7-step drop. Looks over the middle. It is tipped and incomplete. Didn't catch the number of that Concordia.
Alger's down again. This time he does look hurt. Oh boy. Not good for Augsburg fans.
So the Augsburg training staff will come out to tend to Marty Alger. Looks like that knee did get him again. What would Jazz be without a thumping bass line bubbling up from the bottom? Let's Start with the Bottom is the name of an upcoming jazz festival at Augsburg College on Friday, September 22nd at 7:30. The festival will focus on the bass by featuring renowned bassist Malachi Favors, member of the famous Art Ensemble of Chicago. Also on the bill, the Augsburg Jazz Ensemble with guest artist Sam Favors on keyboards, Gene Adams on trumpet, and Kenny Holman on sax. Jeannie Samu will perform, and Malachi Favors will perform with the bass.
Everybody's geared up for football today. Our college across the river, the University of Minnesota, plays tonight. They take on Ball State. It's a good day for football in the Twin Cities.
And the professional lads will try it tomorrow in the Dome against the Dallas Cowboys. Tough order for them as well.
Yep.
1st and 10 now for Concordia as Alger is being helped off the field. It is again the left knee. We'll talk about that next week, I'm sure. 1st and 10 for Concordia. They take the ball over on down. 9:56 to play in the ball game. Concordia leads 30-6. 2 rushing touchdowns for Flynn, 2 passing touchdowns for the quarterback Oderman to Langmo. And a new quarterback for Concordia, that is Greg Nielsen, handing the ball off to Edlund. And Edlund to the 25-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Just to paint a picture of how windy it is today. The field here, we've got cups, bags, napkins blowing across the field. We have the flag over there. The pole pretty much just a second ago just about came down. It is a very windy day. It hasn't been nice for punting, and we've already missed a field goal. And Cobbers have not wanted to risk field goals either today. It's very windy out in the Twin Cities.
2nd and 7 for Concordia. Ball at the 25-yard line. Edlund is the deep back, and a fumble snap by the quarterback, Nielsen. He falls on it. It will be 3rd down. Already had 9 turnovers in this game, almost at a 10th there.
Yeah, it must be a slippery ball today. There's last year in baseball, they talked about a juiced ball. Well, today, there must be some kind of slime on it because no one seems to want to hold on to it.
Less than 9 minutes to play. Concordia leads 30-6 over Augsburg.
4 minutes left in the game. Toyota leads Hamlin 31-20.
Upset possible.
Is ahead of Carlson 25-13.
As we stop to get some scores here, Nielsen on a 3rd down, throwing the ball deep down. McGee is all owned. 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Concordia.
Wow.
That play covers 76 yards. Nielsen to McGee, and Concordia 36, Augsburg 6.
Well, and it's sad because you look at the score, Concordia's got 36 points, and it might not look good for any defense that's given up 36 points, but Augsburg really until this fourth quarter, has played well on defense. But when you're in a hole and you're out on the field, most of the game, you get tired, and their front line is beat up. Flynn is a bruising fullback. It takes a lot out of the defense, and the offense really hasn't been able to give much to keep our spirits lifted today.
Some other scores, that's what I was attempting to get here before that last touchdown play. Hamlin's losing. St. Olaf's got a 21-20 lead out over Hamlin with 4 minutes to go. What an upset that is.
Like I said, anything can happen on any given Saturday.
You got a new kicker here, and they're going to fake it. Number 30, the holder, and it's complete for 2 points.
Boy.
The holder, number 30, Eric Bechtold, threw the ball in the end zone, and Nathan Merson comes up with it.
That looks like
2 points.
That looks like a design play. I don't know why they're going for 2. They're up by over 30 they're up by 30 as it is. They don't need to go for 2. But the Augsburg underclassmen, they're going to remember that next year when we take on Concordia. I can guarantee that.
38-6. Concordia now with a 32-point lead. Still 8 minutes and 22 seconds to play in this football game. And if you're Jack Osberg and the Augies, it's attempt to make something of this last 8 minutes and then prepare for St. John's next week.
You don't need to run up the score. I mean, this isn't Division I where we have to worry about the pollsters. Oh, boy.
So Concordia will kick off here. They have the wind advantage in the fourth quarter, moving from right to left. Thought we were going to have a new kicker there, Marcus Erickson, and it is Erickson. He will kick off. Back to receive Vistendal and Jackson for the Augies. Concordia St. Paul follows us here on KYCR.
ELCA followed by the Missouri Synod.
Yep. Tom Cross trying to get a better performance out of his Comets after last week's 61-14 loss up in Collegeville. This is Vistendal on the return, back to the 20, 25, 30, and he's back to the 32-yard line. So Augsburg takes over there, first down and 10.
To the 32-yard line.
180 yards now passing for Concordia. Oderman, 104 yards, and Nielsen on his one pass for 76 yards. So 180 yards now passing for Concordia. Good day in the air for the Cobblers.
Boy, they've just done a very good job, a well-balanced attack. They passed more than I would have guessed at the outset of this game, but they've done a good job running as well.
Lamker's still the quarterback. Scott Volkert into the game for the first time to replace the injured Marty Alger. He's back in the backfield with Aaron Dobinson.
Volkert having a touchdown last week.
Back to pass, Lamker on first down. Throws the ball over the middle, and that ball is intercepted. It is intercepted by Jeff Olseth, number 59. He brings the ball inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Jeff Olseth, junior linebacker from Minnetonka, has pulled in that interception, and now 6 Augsburg turnovers on the day.
So Lamker now, he's got to remember this game. He had a great game last week. Obviously he hasn't played a good game this week. Hopefully that doesn't get him down. Hopefully he's able to put on those shoulder pads and strap on that helmet next week and put all this behind him. Maybe remember what can happen, but look, there's going to be better days in the future for Derek Lamker, and he's got to remember that.
A shocking result here, 38-6, and people in the MIC are going to look at this score and going to turn some heads here. New fullback in the game is number 48, that's Called Callaway. He takes the ball from the 29 down to the 26-yard line, 3-yard pickup. It'll be second down and 7. Back at the station, I have us for one more 60-second break, and we'll get that to you sometime in the next 7 minutes and 40 seconds.
The Cobbers are definitely going to be a team to be reckoned with this season in the MAIC. They've got some good players, a good quarterback, good athlete, good bruising fullback, a strong defense led by a great secondary. Look for big things from the Concordia Cobbers this year.
Pitch right to Edlund. That play started at the 26 and it ends up at the 26. Good play there by number 24 for Augsburg, Quincy Bryant, one of the backup linebackers, freshman from Minneapolis. So it'll be third down, and they're going to spot the ball at the 27-yard line, so it'll be third down and 8.
I have to say this, though. The Augsburg, the band right down in front of us, has played pretty well today. That has been going well for Augsburg. We've got a little rock band going here, and they've kept us entertained today, to say the least.
Third down and 8, possession play here for the Cobbers. Nielsen back to pass on third down. pressured, runs up in the pocket, and is sacked. He'll be brought down at the 29-yard line. And getting up on the bottom of the pile is number 58. That is Happy Chakalis, and he will get credit for the sack.
Number 58, Happy Chakalis.
I'm not even going to say anything because with that name Happy, you can think of a lot of things to say, and I'm just not going to.
Clock moves now, 6:20 to play in the fourth quarter. Concordia, 38, Augsburg 6. We're glad you joined us on a Saturday afternoon for MIAC football. Next week, the Aggies at St. John's, 2 weeks back home for homecoming against Bethel. 4th down and 10. Nielsen, we're going to have to hurry to get this play off, and he did. Back to passes Nielsen on 4th and 10. Has time. Throws it deep down the field. Incomplete. He had a receiver, Eric Bechtold, at the 10-yard line. Just overthrown, and they turn the ball over.
I guess I don't understand. It's 4th and 10. Why are you passing? It's just like they're rubbing the salt into the wound here. Coach Christopherson is not going to make a lot of friends here in the MIC if he continues that.
But the pass does fall incomplete, and the Aggies will take over on downs. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. New quarterback for the Aggies is number 9, Todd Hamer, brother of Tim, the starting safety today for the Aggies. Hamer threw one pass last week. It was incomplete. He'll hand the ball off to Dobinson.
Our new quarterback.
And Dobinson gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Not a day Darren Lamker is going to remember.
No.
Or want to remember.
No. But there, like I said before, there's going to be better days in his future. I mean, he has some tools. Last year against Gustavus, he almost pulled off a thrilling upset. He had a good game last week. Coming from behind, he led the Aggies to a victory. He's going to have a bright future if he can just put this game behind him.
Hamer calling out signals on 2nd and 10 from his own 29-yard line. The left-hander goes and throws it deep down the field and incomplete. Intended receiver was Joe Horan. That's as close as they've had to a wide receiver completion all day, really. Coverage on the play there by number 24, Aaron Mole, sophomore out of Bagley, Minnesota. It will be 3rd and 10.
You have to say this for Lamker, that the wide receivers haven't been able to get open all day, and he has not had the protection back in the pocket. And when you have all those yellow jerseys flying at you, it'd be hard for anybody to make the great decisions that a quarterback needs to make.
5:11. That is the time remaining in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 10 for Augsburg at the 30-yard line. They trail in this game 38-6. Hamer pumps once and is absolutely hammered.
Ouch.
They're going to call him down inside the 20-yard line. Credit number 55, Rob Wilcox, backup linebacker with the tackle there. Sachs takes it all the way back to the 18-yard line. It'll be 4th down, and the Aggies will punt yet again.
A stream of yellow jerseys flying, or yellow pants, white jerseys, flying at the quarterback. That's been the story all day long. No one's had time to pass back there, and boy, there's going to be some bruised people somehow.
We will take our final break after this punt here by Vistendal. And the punt snap is bounced back.
Wow.
And that one goes straight up. Infield fly rule has been called.
And it bounced backwards.
A 6-yard punt for Vistendal, and Concordia will take over the 24-yard line. We take our final 60-second break. You're listening to Augsburg Football on 1570 KYCR. Then again?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. We'll keep it here. I assume we have one more 60 coming.
Boy, the punting...
Somebody's listening in the crowd, though. I heard a couple people down there. 1st and 10 for the Aggies, or check it for the Cobbers there at the Aggie 24-yard line. Concordia with a chance to add to a 38-6 lead. Handoff, and they're going to call the quarterback down. Nielsen attempting to hand the ball off to Bechtel, the running back, but he slipped and fell to one knee.
That's the second time we've seen a quarterback slip and fall today. Field is a little slick early on in the year. It did rain yesterday in Minneapolis. Perhaps the field is still a little bit slippery.
Tommies get the first one of the MIAC this year. They defeat Carleton 25-13 in St. Paul. 3:40 to play in this one. Concordia leads Augsburg 38-6. And a handoff up the middle. The new fullback, number 48, called Callaway. He gets the ball inside the 20-yard line. It'll be third down and short for Concordia.
Well, and there's no drop-off in size either. Callaway being 6 feet, 215 pounds from Seattle, Washington, replacing Flynn, who was 6'2", 215 pounds. Those are some big kids. They grow them big up there. Well, I guess from Washington and Redwood Falls, boy.
Third down and short here. Third down and 5 for Concordia. Back to pass is Nielsen on the third down play. Throws a strike to the tight end, number 7, Nathan Mercer. He is, I think, short of a first down by about a yard. He's out of bounds at 15.
But they're going to go for it.
And 1.
They've gone for it all day on fourth down. No reason for them to stop now.
Impressive offense. I did not realize how well Concordia could throw the ball.
You wouldn't have guessed it. Only scoring 10 points last week. Now close to 40.
Fourth down and 1 at the 15-yard line. I formation behind Nielsen on this fourth down play, and a quarterback sneak by Nielsen, and he did not get there. Augsburg holds, and they will take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line. They have 2.5 minutes to try to do something here, down 38-6.
Well, I just hope that Concordia isn't as good as they look, or that they are as good as they look, because if this is just, a better team beating us and a strong, tremendously experienced team beating us, well, then that's one thing, because next week when we play St. John's, you know that they're going to be a tough team. They always are.
They're going to measure here to see if Nielsen did get the first down. I don't think he got it, and he didn't.
Final score, MIC St. Olaf, 21, Hamlin, 20.
Oh, Dave Old with the call down there. St. Olaf beating Hamlin today, scoring 21 points. Well, how much did Hamlin have? 20. A thrilling victory it was.
So the Olies, that's a big upset.
Wow.
Hamlin last year only losing 2 games in the league to Augsburg and Concordia, the 2 teams we're watching here. And now they open up with a loss at home to St. Olaf. What shocking result.
Was that in Northfield?
No, that was here in St. Paul.
Wow.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line. Hamer hands the ball off to, I believe, Anthony. He'll get a couple yards. It'll be second down and 7 there.
It could be an interesting year in the MIC. I mean, if St. Olaf is a lot stronger, I believe they played in Decorah, or did Luther come up here and play them last
Luther
week?
came up here.
So,
and St. Olaf now
is 2-0, I believe.
That they are. So the Olies now, chance to get to 3-0 next week. They will take on St. Thomas at home, so good chance there. Hamer gives the ball off to number 29, new back in the ball game for Augsburg is Rob Rathsack. He gets the ball to 19 yards, and it'll be third down and 6. Rathsack, sophomore from Neenah, Wisconsin. Is Jack Augsburg using his bench liberally?
Something about Neenah, Wisconsin, for any listeners out there, if you ever look at a manhole covering, they're all made in Neenah, Wisconsin. That's what this game has come to. I'm now saying where manhole covers are made, in Neenah, Wisconsin.
Good filler material here in the fourth
The home of Rathsack.
38-6. Oh, maybe he's got a job lined up for him after his college days are over here. Third down and 6 for Augsburg at their own 19-yard line. Hamer on a 7-step drop. The left-hander fires incomplete. Intended receiver, Capo Williams, number 88, and it will be fourth down.
I have to say, Happy Chikala did a good job avoiding the ball on the sideline there. Sidestepped it. The quickness you need by a linebacker, he showed it right there, dodging the ball as it sailed and hit the fence, preventing it from going on to Interstate 94. Speaking of Interstate 94, it should be a nice ride back for the Cobbers today.
Should be a very short trip for Concordia back up to Moorhead. It's about a 4-hour drive. It'll feel like about 90 minutes.
And we'll have to hop on 94 next week as we head up to St. Olaf. Not to St. Olaf, to play St. John's.
And Augsburg.
Right off.
didn't have enough men on the field, so they'll have to take their first time out in the second half. My records say we need to take one more 60. We'll try it again. 60-second break. You're listening to Augsburg Football on 1570 KYCR.
If you're worried about financing your college education, Augsburg College has the answer. Augsburg offers scholarships to students who have demonstrated outstanding academic, leadership, and extracurricular achievements. The Augsburg Scholarship Program offers full tuition scholarships and other scholarships from $1,000 to $5,000. These scholarships are all renewable each year during your college experience. The President's Scholarship is worth full tuition at Augsburg and is awarded to 10 new students annually. The Regents Scholarship Awards range from $1,000 to $4,000. In addition, Augsburg recognizes students who have a demonstrated record of leadership within their Lutheran congregations. Ask about the Lutheran Leadership Scholarship. If you think it's impossible to afford college, call Augsburg today and begin planning for your college education. Call the Augsburg Admissions Office at 330-1001. That's 330-1001.
Tell you one thing, Augsburg's going to have to work on their punt snaps this week. They snapped one over Vistendal's head into the end zone. Now, this previous punt snap that just happened, Vistendal caught it on a bounce, ran around to the backfield a little bit, and then got off a decent kick, 36 yards, and it rolls to a stop at the Concordia 44-yard line. That's where the Cobbers take over 1st and 10. 58 seconds to play. We probably got 2 running plays, and this one will be over. And Macabre with a 38-6 lead. Pitch play to the left right side to Bechtel. He's got himself a hole, 50, 45, 40. He's knocked out of bounds inside the 40-yard line by number 6 for Augsburg. That is Andy Zegan, cornerback out of Coon Rapids.
I know you've mentioned it a couple times already, but that Christensen Symposium this week on C.S. Lewis should be pretty exciting, and I know I'm excited for it. I'm going, sitting at my Professor Brad Holt's table for lunch. Am I excited.
1st and 10 for Concordia at the 38-yard line. I-back is number 30, Bechtel. And he'll get the ball headed toward the left side. Inside the 40 to the 35-yard line. He has 2nd down and 7 play upcoming for Concordia as we're inside 40 seconds now. They may not have to take another snap here.
Concordia showing some mercy, keeping the ball on the ground.
Nope, they'll have to run one more here. But an impressive performance for Concordia.
Boy, they have played well. I mean, fighting off 2 early interceptions in the game, bouncing back, playing stellar defense, well-executed, crisp passes on offense. All around, well-played game by the Concordia Cobbers.
Except there. They fumbled the football, and Augsburg's going to fall on it, and yet another turnover. 5 seconds to go in the ball game.
Is that an even 10 now?
We're at 11 now. 11 turnovers. Augsburg's turned it over 6 times. Concordia 5. Not one of your cleaner played ball games, so Augsburg's going to get one more snap. 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Did not see you get the fumble recovery on the play there for the Augies. Todd Hamer runs on the field to run one more play.
Now the band is playing Led Zeppelin. Who would have thought 2 Lutheran schools playing each other 40 years ago, who would have guessed that they'd be playing Led Zeppelin in that Augsburg football game? Wow.
1st and 10 for Augsburg at their own 37-yard line. Hamer, 5-step drop, throws, incomplete.
1 second left on the clock.
1 second left. Clock operator with a quick trigger that time.
One more chance for another turnover to go for 12. That might be some kind of a record.
I don't remember last year the Augies playing a game with 6 turnovers. It's probably been a while since they've turned it over 6 times.
For this field, 12 combined turnovers for a team. That could be a record. You guys, this could be history in the making.
1 second to play. This will be the final play of the ball game. Hamer under center. Might try to complete a pass to a wide receiver. They still haven't done that today. Hamer on a straight drop. And almost sacked. Fumbled the ball back in the backfield. Hamer falls on the ball back at the 12-yard line. Well, that's probably a pretty poetic justice ending to this ball game. Hamer losing about 25 yards in the final play, fumbling the ball in the backfield.
That's been the story of the whole game. Turnovers, sloppy execution on offense, poor blocking, you name it, it's happened. The defense did play pretty well there for the first 3 quarters. Some good individual performances by some Aggies. Bill Creedville coming up with 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery by
And number 96, Jared Chuck. Excuse me. The linebackers are number 37, Chad Johnson. And number 58, Brent Weisgraf. The Rovers, number 80, Ryan Sanders. At the corners, number 9, Jared Seabart. And number 26, Timothy Odland. The strong safety is number 49, Chad Young. The free safety is number 5, Stuart Lang. Now let's meet the offensive starters for Concordia. At center, number 50, Chad Schwartz. The guards are number 61, Jared Singer, and number 71, Jay Fulton. The tackles are number 72, Noah Karen, and number 75, Tim Lowry. The tight end is number 7, Nathan Marshall. The spot end is number 41, John McGee. The fullback is number 45, Mike Flynn. The slot back is number 8, Corey Langaball. The halfback is number 20, Eli Sheff. And starting at quarterback number 12, Kyle Olderman. Head coach of the Cowboys with his 27th year, Jim Christopherson. Now let's face the St. Thomas starters. First on defense. And number 78, Matt Kepko. And number 67, Jay Griffin. The center is number 52, Brian Weiser. At fullback, number 28, Ricardo Chow. The flanker is number 9, Jamie Messina. At halfback, number 15, John Style. And starting at quarterback, number 11, Chris Escobar. Head coach of the Cowboys in his 3rd year, Cal Scanlon. Snapshot game is brought to you in part by the Opus Corporation of Minnetonka. As designers, contractors, and developers, Opus offers creative solutions that work. Drawing your attention to the center of the field for the current play, here in this afternoon's officials. Your game referee is Mr. Steve Herbert. The umpire is Mr. Mike Bedoy. Linesman is Mr. Steve Beckett. The line judge, Mr. Pat Sullivan. The back judge is Mr. Greg Brown.
From now on, his favorite restaurant is Long's Walk. This is customer. Now he is customer.
Getting Augsburg back on.
Get Augsburg back on. Keep it close. There's the
same station.
I told you, we're going to be...
This may be the second and third.
Yeah, hi, how are you? What a bunch of biscuits.
Number 91, Aaron Oliver, the kickoff for St. Thomas. Boy, converted, number 20, Eli Sheff. Number 8, Johnny Langaball. And number 30, Eric Becktold underneath it.
And also Eric Becktold back as well. As we're set to go on a Hall of Fame Saturday, Aaron Oliver has the ball blown off the team.
Little strategy by the Tommies, apparently, Tom, is they elect to kick off here.
And they did win the toss, but chose to take the choice in the second half, right, Tommy?
Yeah, that's. I was going down the other end. I thought they were receiving on the other end, but they're going to kick off down here.
So Aaron Oliver, who leads the conference in punting. Oliver, the senior out of Blake, the kickoff, and a good one.
Nice.
And taken by Eric Schuff in the end zone, up to the 5 to the 10, Schuff to the 15, outside to the 20, 25, 30, 35, and out of bounds. Eric Schuff, 5'10", 180-pound junior out of Billings, Montana. And they say he was rolled out of bounds in front of the Concordia bench across the way. They're in the maroon and gold pants with the white jerseys, maroon and gold trim and numerals. They say he went out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And that's where Concordia will start. First down and 10 as we're underway here at the first quarter here at O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah, he caught that ball about 2 yards deep in the end zone. Nice return by Concordia.
They go slide right, I formation, Schuff. The man up front is Mike Flynn. Oderman on the give. Mike Flynn, 35, 36-yard line. The fullback makes the 6-yard pickup, and Trent Hansen comes up from his safety spot to make the stop. The sophomore out of Hastings, 12 tackles on the season, also 1 INT, but give Mike Flynn 5 yards on the play, second down and 5 at the 35-yard line. Scott Flynn, Drew Johnson, Ryan Green, Paul Meyer up front. The linebackers, Nate Harrington, Trent Behrens, and Trent Hansen.